What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 2GC31. Want to fight with me? Konoha's top combat power collectively admits it. Advertisement, brother, where are you going? 3-year-old Sasuke said to his brother Itachi, play with me. Sasuke, brother has something to do today, next time. Itachi stretched out his finger and tapped little Sasuke's forehead. The disappointed little Sasuke immediately turned red. Kindness. Scene transition. Brother Shisui, where are you going today? 8-year-old Genin Uchiha Itachi said to Shisui, can you train with me today? At a young age, Shisui ranks among the top echelons of the Uchiha family and is the captain of Enbu's first team. Shisui has always been Itachi's idol. Itachi admired him very much and treated him like his own brother. Since graduating as a Genin, he has often trained with Shisui. Not long after he started Sharingan, he was naturally not the opponent of Shisui, who had already opened Mangekyo Sharingan, and he lost miserably every time. But Shisui was also surprised that Itachi was able to think from the perspective of Hokage at such a young age. Thoughts are not bound by the boundaries of the Uchiha clan and the village. In addition, Itachi's strength has improved rapidly, and he started Sharingan when he was only 8 years old, earlier than himself. Shisui believes that with Itachi's growth rate, he will soon become a master at the same level as him. So he has been taking care of the younger generation of the Uchiha family. When Anbu is not on missions, when he is free, Shisui takes Itachi to train and teaches him ninjutsu. The two of them discussed Shinobi and Konoha will fire together, and they are the extremely firm successors of the Will of Fire in Konoha village. The capture of Orochimaru was supposed to end yesterday, so today should be a rest. He also made an agreement with Itachi to teach him illusion again today. As a result, many shadow clones of Prince Naruto suddenly appeared in Konoha village. Then he got an order from the 4th Hokage to assemble to perform a certain task. Itachi, I just received an order from Lord 4th Hokage to carry out an important mission next time. Shisui patted Itachi on the shoulder. Itachi was a little disappointed. But hearing this and feeling the gentleness in Shisui's movements, he couldn't help but blush and feel a little embarrassed. Brother Shisui is different from me. He is Anbu's important combat force, he is very busy, and I can't disturb him from doing tasks. Just Uchiha Itachi is a little curious. Brother Shisui and Jiraiya-sama came back from a mission yesterday, so why do you have another mission to do today? I don't know what the task is. When Uchiha Shisui arrived, he found that there were already many people on the field. 3rd Hokage-sama, 4th Hokage-sama, Jiraiya-sama, Root Leader Danzo. That's 4 cage-level ninjas already. There is also elite Jonin of Grandmaster Taijutsu such as Anbu Elite Kakashi, Taijutsu Master Might Guy, etc. Advertisement. Hey, even Mrs. 4th Hokage, who Konoha is best at sealing, has also come. It can be said that Konoha's top combat power is gathered here. Uchiha Shisui couldn't help feeling suspicious. Did something big happen? Even on the night of the Nine Tails Rebellion, so many top combat forces were not assembled. Uchiha Shisui soon discovered that the people gathered here were all people who knew Naruto's identity and strength. Is the next mission related to Prince Naruto? Seeing that everyone is here, Namikaze Minato smiled and said, the reason why I called everyone here today is that Naruto wants to leave Konoha and go out to experience the ninja world. I think he is still young, I am afraid that something will happen to him, and I don't want him to go out. He said that we knew nothing of his strength, and was going to show us all what he was capable of. So I made an agreement with Naruto to gather our Konoha masters of various types to fight with him. As long as he can be defeated in 5 minutes or his actions sealed, he will obey me and not go out. But if we fail, then I'll just listen to Naruto and let him go. Let us, Konoha's top fighters, join hands to fight Naruto alone? Jiraiya couldn't help recalling the terrible memory of yesterday when he strayed into the earthquake zone with Orochimaru and was almost killed by a giant palm falling from the sky. Those were only 8 giant palms, and only half of them hit him. But 3 years ago, at Muya Commercial Street, he saw dozens of giant palms appearing in the sky. Let alone Naruto's shadow clone, you can completely abuse the 1st generation and 2nd generation produced by Orochimaru in pure world reincarnation. Only Minato, who escaped with the Flying Thunder God technique, or Uchiha Shisui, who played Sasunu, can still stand on the field after finishing that set of palms. Therefore, Jiraiya, who had personally experienced Naruto's terrifying strength twice, only felt her legs tremble a little and dared not speak. Of the rest, except for Namikaze Minato, who drives Flying Thunder God every day to call his son home for dinner, and has seen from afar how Naruto turned a mountain range into the #1 forbidden place in the ninja world. In addition to Kakashi and Shisui, who saw Naruto's shadow clone completely abuse 1st generation and 2nd Hokage's incomplete and pure world reincarnation body. Others' perception of Naruto's strength is still at the night of the Nine Tails Rebellion 3 years ago. I only know that Naruto can slap Danzo to death and tame Nine Tails when he was just born. That's already too strong. So when they heard that they were going to fight such a Naruto, everyone was too scared to speak. Solve boss Naruto in 5 minutes? Talk like they can do it. Thank goodness for being able to hold on for 5 minutes without being dealt with. Even the oldest 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen was silent and did not speak. He had seen Naruto beat Jiraiya when he was 1 month old, and he had to persuade him if he really wanted to use Naruto as an opponent. 32. Cut. The whole Konoha can't even beat me with a shadow clone. Advertisement, hey, you all are the most powerful people in Konoha village, don't you dare to fight a 3-year-old child? Kushina said helplessly with a look of hating iron but not steel. She doesn't want her 3-year-old son to go to other countries. What should I do if something dangerous happens? Facing Kushina's doubts, everyone was silent. Even Might Guy, who has always been passionate, was covered by Kakashi and he was not allowed to speak. Kushina was angry and wanted to laugh, also curious about Naruto's strength. Could it be that Naruto is so powerful that the entire Konoha elite dare not fight him? Although she knew that Naruto was the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths, she had never seen her son's strength with her own eyes. Sarutobi Hiruzen smiled wryly. Let's fight, if you don't fight, you don't know. Although Naruto has high damage, we don't always have to fight him head-on. You can use illusion and sealing to deal with him. Oh, I almost forgot to mention it. Namikaze Minato immediately said. It is not Naruto himself who is fighting us, but one of his shadow clone. What? Jiraiya couldn't help exclaiming, let so many of us join forces and make Naruto a shadow clone. Isn't this bullying a child? We have Shisui who is good at illusion, Minato and Kushina who are good at sealing, Minato and Shisui who are extremely fast, me, Mr. Sarutobi, etc. It should be no problem to play a shadow clone. You know, even if it is the rebirth of first Hokage Senju Hashirama or Uchiha Madara, shadow clone can't beat so many of us. When they heard that they were only going to fight Naruto's shadow clone, not just Jiraiya, Uchiha Shisui and others were relieved, and felt that they had a great advantage. Originally, even if it included the 5 cage levels of 3rd generation, 4th generation, Jiraiya, Danzo, Uchiha Shisui, plus a bunch of elite Jonin, they would not dare to fight Naruto himself. But now, it is still very easy for so many masters to play shadow clone, which is much weaker than the main body. Kushina really couldn't laugh or cry when he saw that everyone was nervous at first, but now they were relieved. When you heard that you were just playing shadow clone with my 3-year-old son, you all got excited. Are you still my Konoha's top combat power? Namikaze Minato didn't expect Naruto to be so scary in everyone's mind. Since it's agreed, let me take everyone to the earthquake zone, it's spacious there. When Naruto was throwing a boulder bigger than the Hokage building into the sky to shatter it, Father 4th generation appeared with everyone. It's finally here, let's start. Saying that, Naruto conjured more than a dozen shadow clone. One of them walked up to the crowd, everyone looked weird. Together, these people can be regarded as Konoha's highest combat power. Now, a shadow clone besieging a 3-year-old child is not yet sure of victory. And there are more than a dozen such shadow clones around. This can't help but make 3rd generation and Jiraiya feel absurd and ashamed, and at the same time make up their minds. It doesn't matter if you can't beat a 3-year-old kid, at least his shadow clone still has to be defeated. Otherwise it would be embarrassing. Wait a minute, let me change my body first. Just about to start, Jiraiya suddenly called out. He wants to enter Sage mode in advance, so that he can directly open up at that time. Naruto has no objection either, although you can transform, I will give you time to prepare. Everyone heard the words and immediately prepared. Jiraiya summons 2 toad sages from Fukasaku Shima. Little Jiraiya, why did you call us out again? Say, who did you fight this time? Jiraiya pointed at Naruto's shadow clone with embarrassment. Fukasaku and Shima. Are Konoha and his group too idle? They actually gang up on a child, no, just a shadow clone of a child. Fukasaku Shima was speechless, and really wanted to go straight back to Mount Myoboku. Hey, wait, isn't this the kid who volleyed and beat Jiraiya 3 years ago, the savior prophesied by the Great Toad Sage? Knowing the reason, Fukasaku and Shima helped Jiraiya enter Sage mode. 3rd generation summoned the summoning beast ape demon and turned it into Rui Golden Cudgel. Uchiha Shisui opened the 2nd form of Susanoo, with an extra layer of Hulk armor around his body. He stacked a layer of Susanoo, just to resist damage. His real means of attack is illusion, advertisement. Distinguished Heavenly God's light is ready. This is a kind of mental attack illusion, which can pull the enemy's spirit into an illusion space completely controlled by oneself, and cause great damage to it. Of course, he only intended to imprison Naruto's spirit and let other people take action, and he didn't intend to really hurt Naruto. And, Kanglin Beast, Might Guy drove straight to the 7th gate. This is already his limit now. Blue steam was generated around Might Guy, full of oppression. Prepare. Seeing that everyone was ready, Namikaze Minato began to shout, and at the same time threw a kunai containing the Flying Thunder God spell. Attack. Everyone immediately began to amplify their moves, but instead of attacking Naruto's position, they attacked kunai. 3rd generation. 5 dungeons Dalian Dan technique. The Vajra Rui stick is the hand of the ape demon. Jiraiya. Sage Art Toad sings. Kakashi. Reikari. Might Guy. Towards the peacock. Kushina. Adamantine sealing chains. Uchiha Shisui. Distinguished Heavenly God's light. Namikaze Minato. Rasengan. This is... Naruto was puzzled why everyone didn't attack him when he saw it. The shadow clone was suddenly taken away by his father, a flying thunder god, and appeared in the place where Kunai was originally, and received everyone's big move with his face. So here comes the problem. Does Naruto's shadow clone have the ability to shock fruit and telekinesis? The answer is, yes. Super psychic power repulsion field rebounds. Boom boom boom. The Naruto clone opened the repulsive field called Shenluo Tianzheng in seconds. All kinds of big moves with gorgeous effects have been ruthlessly rebounded. Immediately, everyone realized that the ninjutsu released by these people, even the cage-level powerhouses, would not be effective. Obviously, physical attacks below cage level are ineffective against Naruto, even his shadow clone. So what about the effects of illusion and seal? It is detected that the host has received a mental attack. Since the host is mentally bound to the system exempts the host from this mental attack. Close black lens bracket. The voice rang out. That's Jiraiya's Sage Art, which comes with its own attack. Golden glitter. That is the illusion of Uchiha Shisui, the special effect of distinguished heavenly god's light. Naruto smiled. Sorry, illusions don't work for me. Don't get complacent, Naruto, take a hit with adamantine sealing chains. Kushina shouted, and the unique sealing technique of the Uzumaki clan, which was enough to imprison 9 tails, struck at the same time. The result is. But the eggs. The sealing technique is also ineffective for me. Not necessarily. 4th generation, 4 elephant seals. 3rd generation, 3-party seal. Kushina, sealing technique adamantine sealing chains. Does it work? No, not at all. Naruto shadow clone sighed and shook his head. Give up, you've tried your best. If you keep hitting, you will get hurt by rebounding. You know, I haven't made a move yet. His strength is already at the half-step 6 paths level, and already belongs to the level of an extraordinary fairy. Letting a group of mortals fight him, even if it's just his shadow clone, is totally bullying. The repulsive field created by shadow clone alone is comparable to Heavenly Dao Pain's Shenluo Tianzheng. Still without cooling. Konoha's many top combat powers, such as 4th generation, suddenly felt powerless. Naruto's shadow clone is right, he hasn't made a move yet. Even if they go all out and beat Naruto's shadow clone, so what? There are more than a dozen shadow clone present. Even before earlier, there were thousands of Naruto shadow clone throughout Konoha. It is enough to kill Konoha hundreds or thousands of times. 33. Come on, if you work harder, you may be able to defeat my shadow clone. Advertisement Naruto wasn't surprised by the results. Namikaze Minato is very fast. A set of teleportation flying thunder god plus instant Rasengan is the best combination, enough to sweep a large number of crispy ninjas in the ninja world. In today's ninja world, there are not many people who can eat his combination. You know, Namikaze Minato, who was in the third war in the ninja world, hadn't learned Rasengan from his old opponent 8 Tails Jinchuriki Killer Bee. With the help of Flying Thunder God, he turned the tide and ended the 3 wars by himself. You can play Tailed Beast, Naruto with a layer of psychic force field armor. As far as Minato's little Rasengan's damage is concerned, there are quite a few players who can beat him on the field. For example, Jiraiya who opened Sage Art Massive Rasengan, Uchiha Shisui who opened Sasunohu. Even Kakashi with Raikiri and 7th Gate Guy with Peacock are far more damaging than Minato. I feel sorry for Minato for half a second. Fortunately, this time he is only playing support, using Flying Thunder God to transfer Naruto's clone and let everyone focus on fire. Under the guidance of 4th Hokage, these Konoha's highest combat powers collectively opened up and focused on a shadow clone, which is very cool. But to their desperation, Naruto doesn't hurt at all. No matter how much they hurt, less than the level of 6 paths level, it is equivalent to not opening the armor. It is impossible to break Naruto's force field defense. In fact, it is just Naruto's shadow clone, and the force field defense is not very strong. According to Naruto's estimate, as long as he uses the attack power that can break the gravitational core of Nagato Planetary Devastation, he can break the defense of his shadow clone. That is, a Yasaka Guyu in the second form of Susanoo. Add 8 tails to perfect Jinchuriki Killer Bee's fully tailed beast 8 tails tailed beast bomb. In addition, the total attack power of Naruto's wind-style spiral shuriken in 9 tails mode. Although these are 3 high-damage super cage level fighters, there are really some who can match the 3 of them in field damage. For example, Guy who opened the 7th gate, such as Uchiha Shisui who also opened the second form of Susanoo, such as Sage Mode Jiraiya issued massive Rasengan. Just now they were not focused enough, they didn't hit at the same time, which gave the force field time to adjust and recover. And just now Shisui just used illusion and Sasuo was useless to attack. If you let Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara, who are close to 6 paths level combat power, make a big move, you can still kill his shadow clone in seconds. If they continue to beat him like this, they can still break the repulsive field defense of his shadow clone, and then destroy this shadow clone. Of course, there are 2 prerequisites for this. One is that the chakra of 4th generation and others is enough. After all, who can withstand the big moves every time? Second, his shadow clone didn't resist, just stood there and let them fight. Is this possible? He is not stupid. First set fire to Naruto's shadow clone, but it was unsuccessful. If Naruto counterattacks again, what is the fart? Despair. Deep despair. For the first time, Konoha's many high-level combat powers experienced a sense of gap that could never be surpassed. People can still be compared, the worst is to work harder or wait for the bloodline to be credited. But there is no comparison between man and God. Even Sarutobi Hiruzen, who has seen first Hokage Senju Hashirama, can't help but sigh. Naruto's shadow clone is even stronger than first generation's wood-style clone. Hey, it seems that there was a stroke among us just now, and some people didn't attack. Suddenly, someone muttered. Everyone immediately looked at Danzo with a confused face. Advertisement. It seems that a series of ninjutsu, illusion, and sealing attacks just now. In fact, only a few seconds passed. Danzo, who was thinking about whether to attack his master, saw that the battle was over before he even started. Everyone stopped and looked at themselves. Danzo, why didn't you make a move just now? Although I know that with your damage, it doesn't matter much whether you can get out or not, and calling you here is just adding ahead, but you are too sloppy. Because the shadow clone besieged a 3-year-old child and failed miserably, everyone became angry and accused Danzo of hanging up and paddling. That's right, it's all Danzo's fault. Danzo. Who I am? Where am I? What am I doing? Do not fight. Seeing everyone giving up, Naruto couldn't help encouraging. Actually, my shadow clone is still very easy to fight. Because you are all my elders, I will not use such lethal moves as shock escape and spiral force field. At most, it sucks you in and bounces you away. You just need to collectively open the university, and at the same time gather me in one place. Friendly reminder again, don't use illusions on me. Even Shisui, your distinguished heavenly gods, are useless, because I am immune to illusions. 3rd generation, 4th generation, Jiraiya et al. We are so many grown-ups, hit you as a 3-year-old child's shadow clone, and let you release water. Even if we really win, it would be a shame. Through the battle just now, they have clearly realized Naruto's strength. Don't worry about the other 4 ninja villages being unfavorable to Naruto. They were worried that Naruto would be detrimental to the 4 great ninja villages. Konoha's highest combat power besieged the 3-year-old shadow clone, and failed. Everyone went back to their homes, each looking for their own mothers. Shisui went to Itachi. Jiraiya went to collect materials, just purely to collect materials. Minato took 3rd generation and went back to work. Kushina went home to prepare lunch. Naruto rode 9 tails again and went shopping. On the way, as soon as Naruto opened the superdimensional chat group, the message was 99 plus again. I flipped through it roughly, and found that Ōtsutsuki Kaguya talked the most. If you think about it, if you stay alone in the dark sealed space, if you don't join the chat group, you will be bored to death. Wei Uag. At Mu Yi Tai Z. Admin, why don't you come out to chat today? Looking forward. JPG. Prince Konoha. I'm tired today. JPG, Wei Uag. What's the matter? Just like a lively little girl who hasn't grown up. Prince Konoha. I want to go out to play, but my family won't let me, and even sent a group of elders to beat me. Grievance. JPG. 34. Ōtsutsuki Kaguya loves Jiraiyas. Dear heaven, my classmate is a princess. Advertisement. Kaguya G. Shocked, there is such a family? I remember your dad seems to be the village head. Why are you still unwilling to let you leave the village? Prince Konoha. Because I am too important to the village, I am afraid that something will happen to me, so I am not allowed to go out. However, because of the skills red envelopes sent to me by 2 young ladies, Kaguya and Tornado, they couldn't beat me. So, I can go out and play in no time. Wei Uag. Go out to play? Well, so envious, I want to go out and have a look too, hint. JPG. Prince Konoha. Don't worry, I will definitely let you out. Touch your head and be good, don't worry. Wei Uag. Yeah, be cute. JPG. Actually, before I was sealed, I had 3 sons. Prince Konoha. Shocked, Miss Sister, you actually have a son, so sad, broken sound. 16 Winged Fallen Angel Black Cat. Shocked, Sister Kaguya, you're actually married? Trembling Tornado. Shocked, Sister Kaguya, you actually have a husband. Wei Uag. No, you guys misunderstood, I'm not married and I don't have a husband. Broken sound. JPG. The first 2 sons were not born between me and others, but twins born after eating a kind of fruit, and part of my chakra was taken away. Later, these 2 rebellious sons sealed me. In the end, I created a 3rd son with my will, and I wanted him to find a chance to revive me. But now thousands of years have passed, I have not been resurrected, and I don't know what he is waiting for. At Mu Yi Tai Z, Administrator, if it is convenient for you to go out and play, can you go to my 3rd son? His name is Ōtsutsuki Black Zetsu. As long as you hand over my token, he will listen to you. You received a red envelope from Wei Uag. Open the red envelope. Congratulations on getting an important item, Ōtsutsuki Kaguya's token. Naruto was taken aback. Black Zetsu? Isn't this the mastermind behind Six Paths Pain, the leader of the #1 terrorist organization in the Hokage ninja world, the mastermind behind Uchiha Obito, the mastermind behind Uchiha Madara? So, as long as you hold the token given by Black Zetsu's mother Kaguya, you can gain Black Zetsu's trust and become the mastermind behind Black Zetsu's tadpole, the ultimate ninja master? It's pretty interesting when you think about it. Konoha Prince. At Wei Uag. Okay, if I meet your son, I will contact him and ask him what he has been up to for thousands of years. Why hasn't Miss Kaguya been revived? Then let him and me let's help you revive together. Wei Uag. Thank you. By the way, do you have anything to pass the time? I'm so bored here. Before I joined the chat group, my consciousness was asleep, so it didn't matter. But now that I joined the chat group, I have nothing to do except the water group all day long, so boring. Prince Konoha. Yes. Just wait a moment. Naruto looked behind him at a certain Enbu ninja who had been following him since just now. Kakashi, show me the book you're holding. No way. Unexpectedly, Kakashi, who was wearing a cat mask, immediately shook his head and said, Naruto, you are too young to read such novels. Psychic field, gravitational field. Naruto didn't talk nonsense with Kakashi. He directly sucked the book in Kakashi's hand, opened it a few times, and said angrily. Advertisement. Hitaki Kakashi, as the vice captain of the 1st Division of Enbu, how can you watch Shao Wangwan all day? It's outrageous. As the son of Hokage, I confiscated your book, Kakashi screamed suddenly. No, this is for me to read. If you take it away, I will only have 2 books for missionary work and collection. Naruto. Are you Aki Kakashi Renya? Naruto can know that this is a novel written by Jiraiya YY Tsunade only through a short flip before. The heroine, like Tsunade Haim, is also a huge blonde beauty. And the male protagonist, like Jiraiya, is a handsome boy with white hair. The indescribable part of the hero and heroine in the first chapter is indescribable. However, whether it is writing or plot, it looks pretty good. It seems that the writing level of Jiraiya, the author of the #1 minion in the ninja world, is still acceptable. You sent a copy of My Classmate is a Princess 1-inch to Wei Uag through the superdimensional chat group. Like downloading an ebook in his mind, Ōtsutsuki Kaguya can read the novel sent to him by Naruto directly in his mind. The word princess in the title aroused her interest. Because she is the princess of the Ōtsutsuki clan. But looking at it, Kaguya's face turned red. Why does this text point directly to the next road? A little willow. Can't watch anymore, it will take me down. But, I really want to know the plot after the heroine finds out that the hero is with her sister behind her back. I'll just read one more chapter, just one chapter. Then read the full text. 16-Winged Fallen Angel Black Cat. A novel about the world where the administrator lives. It looks very interesting. I really want to read it. Sister Kaguya, what story does the novel tell? Wei Uag. This novel tells a touching love story between a white-haired boy and a blonde girl. Blush.jpg. 16-Winged Fallen Angel Black Cat. Hey, Sister Kaguya, why are you blushing? Wei Uag. The plot is quite touching, but it's just words, some can't be described. The face is even redder.jpg. 16-Winged Fallen Angel Black Cat. Could it be that the administrator sent a small pornographic article to Sister Kaguya? No, it should be just that I was thinking wrong. Wei Uag. And Muyi Tai Z. Is there any left? I think this is just the beginning. Don't get me wrong, I didn't want to read this kind of novel. I just want to know what will be the final fate of the heroine who is a princess. Look proud.jpg. Why does this chat group always automatically add my emoji? Rage from shame.jpg. 35. Uchiha Itachi, no time to explain, get on the hornet. Advertisement, Kakashi, where can I buy the remaining copies of My Classmate is a Princess? Seeing that Kaguya likes to read Jiraiya's novels, Naruto asked Kakashi, Jiraiya's most famous reader. Kakashi shook his head and said he didn't know. If I let my wife know that I took her son Naruto to open the door to the new world, I will be beaten to death. I don't know if I'm killed. Naruto didn't talk nonsense and took him directly to heaven. Then throw it down. Do you know now? Free-falling Kakashi yelled, I got it. Take me there. Naruto said lightly. Yes. Kakashi obeyed obediently. It's impossible not to listen. The feeling of falling from a height of several thousand meters is too terrifying. My lifelong enemy, Kakashi, where are you going? Are you going to spend your youth too? A tight-fitting man with thick eyebrows and watermelon head suddenly appeared, raised his right hand and thumbs up, and said enthusiastically. Buy books. Kakashi has a cold face and is very indifferent to Guy. Guy is full of enthusiasm, being treated so coldly by his eternal rival Kakashi. But he was not discouraged, instead he smiled and said. Then let me accompany you too. Kakashi was taken aback. I am taking Naruto to secretly buy the little yellow article published by Master Jiraiya, how can you follow me? No, we are not just buying books, but a confidential mission. Guy heard this and left disappointed. Hey, that's... Naruto saw a little familiar boy walking by Shisui. Kakashi hurriedly explained. That is Uchiha Itachi of the Uchiha family, a genius boy who started Sharingan at the age of 8. Known as a rookie who will be able to tie Uchiha's 2 superstars with Shisui in the future. Hearing this, Naruto couldn't help but glance at the little boy whose eyes flashed with wisdom. Is this the Itachi god who will use one shot of Izanami to defeat the Impure World Reincarnation Army in the future in the 4th War of the Ninja World? Looks like just a kid. Open black lens bracket meet Uchiha Itachi, an important character in the plot. Choose it. Great host. Close black lens bracket. Choice 1. It's none of my business, leave him alone. Reward King Glory Lubin's low-level skin, Pinocchio. Option 2. Hit Uchiha Itachi for a meal, don't ask why, just hit it. Reward King of Glory Gao Jianli's intermediate skin, Death Rock. Choice 3. Find a way to abduct Uchiha Itachi, train him on the road, and start the Itachi cultivation plan. Reward King of Glory Baki Advanced Skin, White Shinigami. Naruto chose 3. Because he felt that Itachi's child would be too weak in the future, he would vomit blood and have blood in his eyes at every turn, so he had to be trained, and he should be prescribed something. Kindness. Uchiha Itachi frowned. What's wrong, Itachi? Shisui asked. That kid over there just stared at me with strange eyes. Uchiha Itachi pointed to Naruto, who was riding 9 tails ahead, and said. When Shisui saw it, his face suddenly changed. Itachi, that's no ordinary kid, he's 4th Hokage's son Namikaze Naruto, strength. That's a secret, I can't tell you. In short, you can't think he is young, so you can despise him, respect him more than Hokage. Did you hear that, Itachi? Itachi saw Shisui's serious expression for the first time, so he nodded obediently. After buying the full set of Kind of Heaven series with Kakashi, Naruto sent it all to Kaguya. Then he gave Kakashi an order. Advertisement, go and issue a D-level mission for me. Find the lost pet fox Xiaoju. Don't ask why, just listen to me and just do it. Kakashi had to obediently run errands for Naruto. Summoning technique Shimura Danzo. Naruto then summoned his pet Shimura Danzo to arrange for Uchiha Itachi to pick up the quest he issued. He then puts 9 Tails, who has shrunk into a cute little fox, in charge of bringing Uchiha Itachi to him. Naruto goes out, with his strength, he doesn't really need guards. But Namikaze Minato arranged for him 2 nannies, Uchiha Shisui and Hitaki Kakashi, who were responsible for handling various matters when Naruto went out. On the day Naruto left Konoha, Danzo sent someone to guide and fool Uchiha Itachi, and accepted the task of finding Naruto's pet 9 Tails. Don't run, little fox. Uchiha Itachi chased after him and finally found 9 Tails, who appeared in front of him on purpose and then slipped away. In Hokage's office, Jiraiya flipped through the task report and suddenly laughed. Minato, I found a very interesting thing. Naruto has posted a D-class mission to find his lost pet fox, 9 Tails. Namikaze Minato frowned and asked, only a D-level mission? Finding 9 Tails is at least an S-level mission. What is Naruto going to do? Has anyone accepted this task? Jiraiya nodded. Uchiha Itachi, a genius boy from the Uchiha clan, took this task and has now chased 9 Tails away from Konoha. Namikaze Minato, who learned that Uchiha Itachi was fooled by Naruto. Uchiha Itachi gradually realized something was wrong. He tried all kinds of ninjutsu, including lethal attack ninjutsu, but it didn't work for the little fox. It's not that it didn't work, but that the little fox didn't dodge it at all, and took his ninjutsu fart, but nothing happened. Then the fox stopped running, it turned back, it opened its mouth. Tailed beast bomb. Uchiha Itachi felt like he was dreaming. The pet that a D-level mission is looking for actually has tailed beast bomb? Can you believe it? Itachi was a little confused. I think I took a fake D-level mission. So, it was his turn to run away. Every tiny tailed beast bomb behind him is stronger than the strongest ninjutsu he has mastered now. One scrape and he's finished. Just when he's desperate and thinks he might not be able to escape from a family pet fox. Sudden. Divine soldiers descend from heaven. A huge black and yellow 2-color mechanical giant descended from the sky and quickly transformed into a 4-wheeled machine. Unbeknownst to Uchiha Itachi, this was Bumblebee's Chevrolet Camaro sports car. A small hand stretched out from inside the car. Uchiha Itachi, no time to explain, get on the Hornet. Looking at Shisui in the car and Naruto, who must be respected, Uchiha Itachi, 36. Drive the Hornet to Sunagakure to make trouble. 4th case cage, run. Advertisement. At first, Mr. Minato asked him to accompany Naruto to travel the ninja world, but Kakashi refused in his heart. Everyone knows that in the world of Hokage, transportation basically depends on 2 legs, and only a few people such as Dirada and Sai can have flying mounts. And as a quiet, laid-back handsome man, he was exhausted from running around all day, so he would not be exhausted. Don't do it. After rejecting in his heart and having to accept the task on the surface, Kakashi met Shisui with a bitter face. This may be the most difficult Anbu mission I have ever taken, traveling all over the world. Why don't you come with me, Shisui? Talk to Mr. Minato, let him replace me. Shisui shook his head. With Naruto's identity and strength, he is simply the incarnation of the will of fire. It is my wish to travel with him in the ninja world. Kakashi. So, I hate you successors of the will of fire the most, all of you are so decent. It made me feel like I was committing a crime if I tried to be lazy. Kakashi, aren't you happy traveling with public funds? Naruto is here. From your point of view, you are afraid of running all the way, tired, right? What are you thinking? Do you think I'll run all the way to play? Kakashi muttered under his breath. Of course I don't think you'll go by yourself, I think you'll let the 2 of us take turns holding you. But Shisui said, Kakashi, what nonsense are you talking about? Master Naruto has the Mount 9 Tails, why do you need our hugs? Of course, let me hug, I also wish for it, Naruto. I imagined a scene where I was a 3-year-old child being carried by Kakashi and Shisui all the way. The picture is too beautiful to imagine. Don't think about it, I have a mount, the kind that can lead people. After Naruto finished speaking, Kakashi and Shisui couldn't help but look at the cute mini version of Nine Tails that Naruto was riding. What? Kakashi shuddered. Are you going to let us ride Nine Tails? I dare not. Although this guy looks like Kuoi, Kakashi knows that its essence is the immortal Nine Tails of ancient Warcraft, a natural disaster that destroys villages in the shape of a fox. Riding it, will the backhand be a tailed beast bomb, and he will be beaten to pieces. Riding Nine Tails? Shisui's eyes flashed eagerness. Nine Tails gave them both a hard look. Ride me? Do you dare? In this world, the only one who can ride me is Master Naruto. No, Naruto shook his head. It's okay to ride Nine Tails for fun. If you really want to travel long distances, you can't die. The experience is too bad. I have a better mount. Don't ride me anymore. A trace of resentment flashed in Nine Tails' eyes, with an aggrieved look on his face. Master, do you have a better mount? Can you be better than me? Is it that human named Shimura Danzo? Okay, I'll eat him next time. Distressed Danzo Old Iron half a second, no more. Summoning technique Bumblebee. This is the reward for the god-level choice brushed from Orochimaru not long ago, which can summon the Autobot Bumblebee in Transformers. Summoning Beast Bumblebee has two forms, namely car form and robot form, which can be switched by the host at a thought. Close black lens bracket. Bang! Suddenly, a huge 7-meter high yellow and black robot appeared on the originally spacious field. It was the Autobot fighting form of Bumblebee in Transformers. Advertisement, what is this? Kakashi exclaimed. He felt great danger from this huge humanoid machine. Especially seeing the muzzle, Kakashi was so nervous that Reikari almost cut out his right hand. The calm man Shisui didn't speak, but his pupils shrank sharply, and his 10-meter-tall Sasuo was already hungry and thirsty and wanted to come out. Summoning can also summon this. How have I never seen it? Shisui felt that he might have just learned a fake summoning technique before. Don't panic, this is my Mount Bumblebee, Naruto said calmly. Bumblebee transforms. What started as a stunning robot-shaped Bumblebee instantly transforms into a Chevrolet Camaro sports car. This transformation scene almost blinded Kakashi and Shisui's eyes. The world of Hokage, where the tech tree is skewed, has no cars at this moment. So I suddenly saw the yellow body, curves and perfect Chevrolet Star supercar. Their three views were immediately shocked by tons. This. What is this? Originally, Nine Tails was disdainful when he saw the robot-shaped Bumblebee. Is it bigger? After transforming, Lousy is bigger than you and has a soft back for the owner to sit on. What about you? Do you want to let the master sit on your hard shoulders? Seeing that the Bumblebee turned into a Chevrolet supercar, Nine Tails' eyes widened and turned into emojis. This kind of thing, this uncle can't do it. Naruto opened the car door and sat directly in the driver's seat. What are you waiting for? Get in the car, I'm going to drive. Shisui and Kakashi hurriedly imitated Naruto's previous movements with excitement, got on the car, and were surprised by the softness of the seat cushion. Kakashi suddenly turned into J-Uli. Nine Tails also wanted to get on the car and experience it. Naruto gave it a look. You still have a task, bring someone over for me, and let you take the car later. Nine Tails nodded excitedly, and went to kidnap an 8-year-old child. Bumblebee, let's go. Bumblebee's self-driving car set off. Breaking through 100 in a few seconds, Kakashi and Shisui almost stared down their eyes in fright. No matter how fast they jumped between the trees, they had never seen such a fast speed before. It didn't take long for Naruto to receive Uchiha Itachi. Nine Tails lay at Naruto's feet, rubbing against Naruto's trousers with her small face. Then, Naruto pointed ahead. First target, Sunagakure 4th Cage. First stop, Sunagakure. Bumblebee, move on. Target 4th Cage. Uchiha Itachi, who was still in various shocks when he got into the car. Kakashi, Shisui. Naruto-sama, what do you want to do to 4th Cage and Sunagakure? 4th Cage, run. The boss you can't afford to defend is going to your village. 37. Abduct Itachi. Get the King Canyon by Chi White Shinigami skin. Advertisement. Knowing that Naruto was going to find 4th Cage, Kakashi immediately summoned the communication ninja and told 4th Hokage about it. In case 4th Hokage won't be too shocked to hear that Sunagakure has been wiped out. Not long after Uchiha Itachi got into the car, he was looking at the inside of the car, amazed at the extraordinary speed of this weird four-wheeled machine. Itachi, why are you here? Shisui couldn't help asking. I took a D-level mission today. I said I was looking for Naruto's lost pet, a fox named Xiaoju. I chased it away from Konoha, and then I discovered that it actually has a kind of ninjutsu similar to the tailed beast bomb depicted in the 9 Great Beasts of the Ancients, and it chased me, and then ran here. Ah, isn't that the pet fox Xiaoju who almost killed me? As he said that, Uchiha Itachi suddenly saw the little fox lying at Naruto's feet, and almost jumped out of the car in fright. He could never forget how powerful the fox's ninjutsu, which resembled a small-tailed beast bullet, was hit. Hearing someone call out the nickname the owner just gave it, Nine Tails raised his head and gave Itachi a cold look. Then he just ignored it, and continued to happily rub his face against Naruto's master's trousers to please him. Pet fox. Kakashi and Shisui swallowed while looking at the Nine Tails, an ancient beast that was acting cute at Naruto's feet. The pet fox in your mouth is the supernatural disaster level tail beast 9 tails that can destroy the entire Konoha. But why did Master Naruto issue such a mission? Could it be that? The two stared at Uchiha Itachi at the same time, with some envy in their eyes. Itachi. Shisui patted the shoulder of his junior and friend Itachi and whispered. Itachi, you may not believe me if you say it, but you are probably attracted by a super boss who can sweep Konoha with shadow clone. Itachi. But Shisui has revealed part of the information in this way, and he dare not say more. The fact that Naruto's shadow clone swept the entire Konoha's highest combat power is now one of Konoha's top secrets, and it is also an eternal pain in the hearts of many masters. Being crushed like that by a child is embarrassing. Anyone who dares to speak out will probably be beaten to death by other people. Naruto didn't know that Shisui thought about the previous shadow clone's battle against Konoha's cage-level combat power and elite Jonin. In his opinion, that battle was nothing more than a play, nothing at all. He didn't use the lethal ability of Shock Fruit and Psychic Field Spiral Distortion Field. But why did the others really use their strongest strength to deal with him? Not to mention that the big moves they issued were actually restrained, and even interfered with each other before instead of superimposing effects. The father of the fourth generation, whose combat power is reclusively at the peak of the field, is far from using his full strength. You must know that Dad Minato had mastered Sage Mode at that time, just because entering Sage Mode required a certain amount of preparation time. Shienju, which takes too long to swing forward, does not fit well with Minato's tactical style. After all, in terms of speed, Minato, who has mastered Flying Thunder God, is much faster than Sage Mode. In terms of outbreaks, Rasengan, who has instant high damage with one hand, is almost enough to kill most crispy ninjas in seconds. Advertisement: there are basically few people in the ninja world who can eat a Rasengan without getting hurt. You know, at the speed of Minato Flying Thunder God, when you just saw him and before he had time to open his armor, his Rasengan was on your face. Therefore, to deal with normal ninjas, Minato does not need to open Sage Mode at all, so Shienju is also discarded. But even Minato's Sage level, which he discarded, is higher than Jiraiya's. His performance in the fourth battle of the original ninja world can be seen as Madara. I have to say, Minato is really a genius. If the original Minato does not die and grows for another 10 years. Even if he doesn't rely on his parents, bloodline, fate, blood inheritance, or cheating. It is also very likely to become the level of first generation Madara, the peak of Super Shadow, and the ceiling level peak powerhouse under 6 paths. There are not many in the whole ninja world who can open the armor or use the ability to escape at the speed of Minato Flying Thunder God's teleportation. Even Obito, who is behind the Akatsuki organization and owns Hollow. In the incident where 9 Tails attacked Konoha, it was too late to escape in Hollow. Instead, he ate a Rasengan bloodly, and barely survived with the help of first-generation cells. Maybe there are still very few opponents in the ninja world that Minato can't solve with a Rasengan. For example, 6 Paths Pain, which can be made only by puppets. Like life-saving first-class I spit my own Orochimaru. For example, 100,000 clones killed a white Zetsu who still had 99,000. For example, Jinchuriki and even tailed beasts are anti-high and tough. But as long as Minato turns on Sage Mode and increases the burst, many problems will not be a problem. For example, in the previous competition, if the father of 4th generation enters Sage Mode, then turn on Flying Thunder God, instant cast a few massive Rasengan. My own shadow clone may not be able to stand up. As the wizard who developed Rasengan from the inspiration of Tailed Beast Bomb, Minato may not know the higher level ninjutsu of the Rasengan series. But just as everyone in Konoha thought at the beginning. Even if he did go all out and beat Naruto's shadow clone, so what? Such shadow clone, Naruto can conjure at least 8,000. A shadow clone has to make them go all out. What if it is 10, hundreds, or thousands? It will only give birth to a sense of powerlessness that dare not confront it for a lifetime. What makes them even more absurd, even broken, is that this shadow clone is just a 3-year-old child. So hearing Shisui's words, Naruto shook his head and just found it funny. After Shisui finished speaking, he felt uneasy, for fear that Naruto would blame him. But Naruto didn't care because he was busy collecting rewards. Successful abduction of Uchiha Itachi, complete choice 3, reward King Glory Baki Advanced Skin, White Shinigami, permanent version. White Shinigami Skin, after using it, you can transform into the White Shinigami form of Bai Chi in the Canyon of Kings, and use all Bai Chi's skills. Close black lens bracket 38. Turn into a White Shinigami. Kakashi, Shisui, Itachi, let's go together. Advertisement, successfully leave Konoha at the age of 3, open the main line of God of the Ninja World, complete choice 3, and reward character Advent card. Aizen Sosuke, close black lens bracket. Aizen Sosuke Advent card, after use, you can get all the abilities of Aizen, which lasts for 2 hours, and one of Aizen's abilities will be randomly selected after the time is over. Close black lens bracket. Naruto was already very happy with the White Shinigami skin, and wanted to find someone to try the skin on the spot. But the subsequent rewards are even better. The Advent card of Shinigami's biggest boss Aizen in the early and mid-term. Even in the entirety of Shinigami, Aizen's comprehensive strength can rank in the top 5 or even the top 3. How strong is Aizen's Kyoka Suigetsu? When you see him, the fight is over. That's even better than 4th generation Dad. Minato said a Flying Thunder God plus Rasengan combination, only take away your life. But Aizen's Kyoka Suigetsu can keep you in an illusion all the time, so life and death, consciousness, everything is dominated. According to the host, the rewards drawn are the best, otherwise readers will be dissatisfied with the principle. Naruto knew that there was a high probability that he would draw Aizen's Zanpakuto Kyoka Suigetsu. So he wanted to know, Shisui's distinguished heavenly gods, and Aizen's Kyoka Suigetsu, which of the two top illusions is stronger. At that time, you can find someone to experiment and see which illusion will be covered by the other. But before that, let's train two well-known illusion masters in the ninja world, Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi, to be stronger. In order not to vomit blood within a few times of illusion PK. After all, Mangekyo Sharingan without Hashirama cells can turn a good man into a kidney deficiency. In the middle of the desert, Naruto makes Bumblebee stop himself. What's wrong? Kakashi, who was lying lazily and reading a small yellow text, frowned. Shisui and Itachi, who were exchanging the will of fire, also looked at Naruto. Now Itachi also knows that this weird four-legged machine is controlled by Naruto, the son of the fourth generation. I just realized a transformation ability, and I want to find someone to test the effect. Some of you come out and fight with me, Naruto said as he got off the car. What? Fight with you? Kakashi and Shisui shook their heads at the same time. We have so many cage-level powerhouses before, they can't beat you as a shadow clone. Now let's have a few of us, and yourself, isn't this masochistic? Don't fight, even if you kill me, I won't fight. The two huddled in the car, shivering, but dared not come out. 8-year-old Uchiha Itachi also shook his head. That's right, Naruto, you're only 3 years old, about the same age as my brother Sasuke. How can we bully you a child? Shisui and Kakashi couldn't help but glance at Itachi. We bullied Naruto, a little kid? You are too naive. If we really fight, we will be the ones being bullied. Do not hit. Advertisement. Naruto smiled. Speak as if you could refuse this fight. This is not a fight you can refuse, yes, I said. As soon as the words fell, Bumblebee transformed again, switched to a robot combat form, and pointed the muzzle of the cannon that was about to fire at the 3 people who were thrown to the ground. At the same time, Ninetales also changed back to its original form after a long absence. When it opened its mouth, it was a tailed beast bomb that could destroy a Konoha without any problem, and could hit 3 people's faces at any time. Kakashi, Shisui, and Itachi were dumbfounded, completely dumbfounded. Especially Itachi, who didn't know anything, couldn't help pulling Shisui's clothes next to him, swallowed and said, Shisui, tell me, I'm wrong. The monster that was attacking us before my eyes was not Ninetales. Shisui smiled wryly. Itachi, you read that right, that is Konoha's ultimate strategic weapon, Ninetales, the strongest among the 9 ancient monsters. Kakashi put the book away and smiled at Bumblebee and Ninetales. You two masters, why do you start fighting when you disagree? Come on, Mr. Hornet, put away your cannon, okay? The Bumblebee's muzzle moved away in the slightest. Kakashi walked up to Ninetales again, and flattered him. Master Ninetales, how about putting away your tailed beast bomb? If it is accidentally released, the surrounding area, including us, will be gone. Ninetales just looked at him coldly, without speaking. Kakashi finally relented. He looked at Naruto helplessly. I'll fight, can we still fight? Naruto smiled. Isn't it over if you know each other so early? Don't worry, just hit you 3, I won't use force. After speaking, he gave the 2 pets a look. The Hornet put away the muzzle, turned into a supercar, and drove aside by itself. And Ninetales also turned back into a cute little fox again, squatting on the side of the hill, waiting to watch the whole process of the master hanging. Uchiha Itachi also wanted to ask Shisui, why did a poor little fox pet suddenly become Ninetales? Everything in front of him is completely beyond Itachi's cognition that both tailed beasts are sealed in Jinchuriki's body. Ninetales turned into a wild-tailed beast, unexpectedly did not kill the human beings in front of him, did not destroy everything. Instead, it transformed into a cute shape, and became a pet of a 3-year-old child. What the hell is going on with all this? Shisui shook his head at him. Itachi, there's no time to explain. Look, open black lens bracket. Host used white Shinigami skin. Close black lens bracket. After a burst of special effects, Naruto transformed into a white Shinigami form with white, and the whole body comes with top-level configuration. Boots of quick walk, cloak of red lotus, eye of the phoenix, wrath of the gorefiend, armor of violence, aegis of the sage. All kinds of equipment, everything that one expects to find. Come on, Kakashi, Shisui, Itachi, let's go together. Naruto hooked the 3 of them. 39. Combination of Shisui and Itachi, Kakashi fits with himself. Advertisement. But Shisui and Kakashi still hesitated. They have seen the extraordinary power of Naruto, who slapped Danzo to death when he was born 3 years ago. Not to mention the fact that Konoha's top combat force teamed up to brush Naruto with a shadow clone not long ago, and the result was a disastrous failure. Therefore, seeing Naruto suddenly transformed into a very powerful and ferocious form, the two couldn't help recalling what they had seen. Even Ninetales, a majestic natural disaster, was hanged and beaten by Naruto, rubbed on the ground, and finally had to obey the horror of softness. The two of them admit that they don't have as high a defense as Nine Tails. What if Naruto accidentally kills them? Who should I ask for reason? There is nowhere to cry. Naruto was very angry when he saw that the two were still cowardly. You are all big names in the ninja world. Double Kamui Hitaki 50-50 can even temporarily suppress Kaguya. In the whole ninja world, there is no one you Kakashi cannot 50-50. And Shisui, as the only boss who can open Sasu no Ohu with one eye, your flying thunder god Mangekyo Sharingan easily overwhelmed Shenrindu's control over the weasel and indirectly helped solve the Impure World Reincarnation Army. So, what are you afraid of? If I really beat you to death, it would be fine if I resurrect you. Cough, don't worry, don't be afraid, I just want to test the ability of this skin, and I will be careful not to hurt you. Uchiha Itachi stood up. Although I don't know what happened on the night of the Nine Tails Rebellion 3 years ago, it caused Nine Tails to become the pet of Naruto, the son of the fourth generation. But he also had a guess in his heart, that night fourth Hokage defeated Nine Tails and tamed him, so Nine Tails willingly protected Naruto, the son of fourth generation. No wonder fourth Hokage is willing to let his 3-year-old child run out. With Shisui and Kakashi, the two Anbu elites, plus Nine Tails, such a top guard combination. Even the other 4 great ninja villages dare not underestimate them. The only problem is that the prince is a little crazy. Don't you just use the transformation technique and turn into a strangely dressed adult? How dare you say that you want the 3 of them to go together? Itachi shook his head. Naruto, I really don't want to bully little kids. But if you really want to fight, then I will fight with you alone. Brothers Shisui and Kakashi are both Jonin, and the ninjutsu they release is very powerful, and they may accidentally hurt you. Let me do it. Although I am only Konoha Genin, my strength is still good. But I'll be careful not to hurt you. Hurt Naruto? Kakashi and Shisui exchanged glances. In the entire ninja world, it is estimated that no one can hurt Naruto. They also won't laugh at Itachi's arrogance, because Itachi just doesn't know anything about Naruto's power. Naruto's identity is the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths, and his terrifying power that can sweep Konoha's highest combat power with a single shadow clone, are Konoha's top secrets. Advertisement: there are less than 10 people who know about Konoha. As Anbu ninjas, they cannot reveal such top secret information to Uchiha Itachi, an 8-year-old Konoha Genin. But they couldn't bear to bully an 8-year-old child, so they had to go up together. Itachi, since Naruto-sama doesn't intend to hide his strength from you, then I have to tell you that Naruto-sama's strength is far stronger than mine. When fighting against him, be careful not to hurt your opponent, not us, but him. Even if I attack with all my strength, I can't hurt Naruto-sama in the slightest. When Itachi heard this, his expression changed drastically on the spot. He knew brother Shisui wouldn't tell such ridiculous lies to him. So, this kid who is the same age as his younger brother Sasuke actually has cage-level strength. Fire-style Great Fireball Technique. Uchiha Itachi was the first to make the probing attack. A huge fireball hit Naruto. Naruto just ignored it. The defense of the Red Lotus Cloak, Gorfine's Wrath, and Violent Armor directly made the attack power of this great fireball meaningless. The blow had no effect at all. Shisui and Itachi looked at each other, smiled knowingly, and then performed a long-term training secret. Fire-style Howlong Fire Technique. A fire dragon volleys towards Naruto. Compared with the Great Fireball Technique, which attacks in a large area, the Great Fireball Technique pays more attention to power and accuracy, and is faster. Kakashi saw that Shisui and Itachi performed a fusion technique, and he was unwilling to be lonely. First copy this technique to your hand, and then create a shadow clone. I and my shadow clone use the same fusion technique. Fire-style Fire Dragon Technique. Another fire dragon volleys into the air. Naruto in white Shinigami form punched a dragon, smashed into sparks, and shook his head. The damage is too low. Red Lotus Cloak passive skill. Sacrifice activates. Effect. Continuously absorbs the chakra of others around you. The 3 found that their chakra was sucked away bit by bit. The most frightening one is Kakashi. As a famous mana ninja, his amount of chuk is really not much. It seems that we must make a quick decision. Naruto also had the same idea. He had to test the ability of the white Shinigami skin before they knelt down. White Shinigami Naruto suddenly had a blood sickle in his right hand. Have you ever thought that weapons have their own consciousness? Echo of blood. The scythe whirled around, sweeping across all directions. 40. Spoiler: Kakashi. Runaway Gaara. Please support. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Water-style water barrier. Kakashi immediately used the copied water-style defensive ninjutsu. When Naruto is having fun, he automatically enters the role of Bai-Chi. Blood is thicker than red eyes, the demon of the Slaughter Clan. In the dark, the heart is for the light. Poor Itachi, this will be your destiny in the future. The sickle of Shinigami. A blood sickle suddenly appeared on Uchiha Itachi's head. Seeing this, Uchiha Shisui directly opened Sasunuku, wrapping himself and Uchiha Itachi in it. Nazo blocked the Shinigami side's attack. Shisui was a little angry. Naruto, are you serious? White Shinigami form Naruto simply ignores Shisui's words and continues playing the role-playing game. The sharpest sword is wielded only by the strongest hand. Shisui, do you think you're strong enough to use your own distinguished heavenly god's eyes? Shisui, Do you still remember the people who died in your hands in the Anbu missions? There may not be any innocent people among them. Once something like sin is stained, it can no longer be washed away. The sickle of Shinigami. The white Shinigami Naruto has a ferocious and provocative face, and the big move, arrogance and mockery, is being released. The ridiculed Shisui furiously said, "Are you a human or a monster? Are you really Naruto?" Such a ferocious appearance, coupled with unfamiliar voices, unfamiliar skills, and strange words, made Shisui doubt the identity of the person in front of him. Naruto laughed. "Human or monster, what does it matter? Darkness made me. I have my own life and I'll kill anyone who stands in my way." Saying that, Naruto turned to look at Kakashi again. "Kakashi, are you still reeling from the deaths of Obito and Rin? If Obito knew that Rin died at your hands, what kind of expression would he show? What kind of blackening will he produce? The weak will always follow the script arranged by the strong. Kakashi, how do you know what is behind the tragic loss of your friend Rin? Is it actually just a parent-child drama where tadpoles find their mother?" Kakashi's complexion changed slightly, and he was also affected by the white Shinigami's big move, arrogant taunt, and said angrily, "Naruto, even if you are the son of Sensei Minato, I won't allow you to say that about my friend." Naruto sneered. "Kakashi, I like the look in your eyes now, fierce and incompetent. Hate me, then come and kill me." Naruto, in the form of the final weapon, the white Shinigami, looked at Kakashi with a ferocious and provocative face. "Come on, let me kill you, the one who survives to the end is invincible." The three of them were ridiculed by Naruto's big move, and they used big moves one after another. Uchiha Shisui. Susanoo 99. Susanoo's breastplate opened, and countless green chakra arrows shot from the center. Kakashi. Reikiri. Say no more, just Reikiri. Uchiha Itachi. Blast the flame ball. Advertisement. This is an advanced version of the Great Fireball technique, a fireball that can explode. It is the highest level of ninjutsu currently mastered by the 8-year-old Itachi. Eye of the Phoenix passive skill. Bloodline activates. Every time you are attacked, you will be healed automatically. The three of them used their big moves as fiercely as a tiger, and the damage was 0.5 at first glance. White Shinigami skin function experiment is over. The ability of this form, coupled with the full set of props, is estimated to have the power of the peak cage level. And now Uchiha Shisui, the overall strength evaluation also has the peak of cage level. But his strongest illusion, Distinguished Heavenly Gods, has a high proportion in the strength evaluation system. And illusion has no effect on Naruto of the spirit binding system. Therefore, Shisui's strength has undoubtedly been severely cut by removing the illusion. Kakashi, who is 17 years old, has copied many ninjutsu and is famous in the ninja world under the name Konoha Technician, and also opened Mangekyo Sharingan. But now he has not mastered Kamui's ability at all, coupled with the shortcomings of being extremely lacking in mana. His overall strength is enough to support Zenying, and there can be no more. With his current amount of chakra, 2 or 3 Reikiri moves would be enough to hollow out his body. As for Uchiha Itachi, who is only 8 years old now, his strength is above Chunin and below Jonin, but his growth rate is extremely astonishing. Such 3 people, if they try to beat the peak of cage level, of course they can't beat them. In the end, Naruto looked at the panting 3 and shook his head, trash. Not to mention using his own abilities, he didn't even use the white Shinigami's skills, and as a result, the 3 of them collapsed from exhaustion. Alas, short ninja blue bars are a problem. Naruto unloads the white Shinigami skin, throws the trio into Bumblebee, and continues on to Sunagakure. Sunagakure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, everyone come and play. 3-year-old Gaara is carrying a gourd that is taller than others, showing a face that looks rather hideous to others. Ah! The devil boy has come out again. One-tail Shuhei is about to go berserk again. Run away, everyone. Death, 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 everyone fled frantically. Yashimaru, why are you so scared when you see me? Are you so afraid of me? Gaara asked Uncle Yashimaru behind him. Before Sunagakure Anbu Ninja Yashimaru could speak, 4th Kazekage Luo Sha suddenly appeared and said coldly. Because you can't control one tail, you can rampage at any time and become a monster who only knows destruction. And a Jinchuriki who cannot control one tail is of no value at all. If you've been having trouble controlling the tailed beast inside you, well, in case you end up being the monster that threatens Sand Shinobi Village, I'll take brute force measures to wipe out the threat in advance. After speaking, 4th Kazekage left. Hearing such cruel words from her biological father, Gaara ran out of the village angrily, ignoring Yashimaru's comfort. Anbu Chunin Yashimaru, who was in charge of monitoring Jinchuriki, quickly chased after him, but he was not as fast as Gaara, and soon Gaara disappeared. Ah, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill everything. Because of Gaara's mental instability, the one-tailed Shuhei in his body tried to take the opportunity to control Gaara's spirit, making Gaara almost lose control at this time. At this moment, the sound of high-speed objects rubbing against the gravel was heard in the distance. Then Gaara saw an oddly shaped 4-wheeled golem galloping towards him. 41. The 3 views explode. Danzo is a summoning beast from Naruto. Advertisement, hey, the cute little boy over there with a big gourd on his back seems to be Gaara, right? With that said, Sunagakure is coming. Only then did Naruto think of a problem. There were 3 pink eye patients in the car. Although they have changed their outfits and taken off the Konoha forehead protector. But the characteristics of the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan, the entire ninja world, few people do not know. It is necessary to disguise the Sharingan of the 3 of them. How else can you have fun at Sunagakure? Summoning technique Shimura Danzo. Naruto immediately summoned the second pet. Summoning? Kakashi and the others couldn't help being curious. What would his summoning beast be for a character as powerful as Naruto? Could it be a 9 tails level monster? With apprehensive and expectant eyes, the 3 of them waited. Suddenly a puff of smoke appeared in the car. Then, under the bewildered eyes of Kakashi and Shisui, Danzo, the leader of Konoha, suddenly appeared in the car. Squeeze the little Uchiha Itachi aside. May I ask what the master's order is? Regardless of Kakashi's 3 people's shocking eyes, Danzo knelt down and asked respectfully. He didn't care one bit about revealing his identity. His only mission is to meet all the requirements of the master. I'll give you a minute to go to Konoha Shopping Street to buy 3 sets of color contact lenses to cover up the 3 of them's Sharingan. Naruto said lightly. Yes. After saying that, Danzo disappeared. Kakashi swallowed and asked the ridiculous question. Naruto, is Danzo your summoning beast? Not only him, Shisui and Itachi also looked puzzled. For Shisui and Kakashi who are currently working in Anbu. Their day-to-day work involves dealing with Root Chief Danzo himself and his minions. In their impression, Danzo is a veteran of Konoha village, a classmate of 3rd Hokage at the same time, and also a very scary old shadow. Even Shisui's real combat power is already stronger than Danzo's. But in terms of status, Danzo is even above Uchiha Fugaku, the patriarch of the Uchiha clan and the captain of the Konoha Guard. Not to mention Itachi. Not long after graduating from school, he suddenly met the high-level officials of the country. No matter how precocious and wise he was, he had no choice but to pretend. After all, even his father, when he saw Danzo, had to respectfully call Mrs. Danzo. You can see just now when Danzo is kneeling like a dog at the feet of Naruto, a 3-year-old child. They just feel that the prestige and coercion that Danzo has built up over the decades have been completely lost. They only feel that the 3 views have been strongly impacted again. This is no less than the shock of seeing the natural disaster Nine Tails turn into a cute pet to please Naruto. Therefore, Shisui and Itachi also looked at Naruto at the same time, wanting to know the answer to Kakashi's question just now. The dignified Konoha high-level Danzo is actually a summoning beast of Naruto? Advertisement. How can this be? How did this work? Can a human become a human summoning beast? All kinds of questions popped up in the hearts of the 3, and their worldview was about to collapse. What are you thinking? Naruto smiled helplessly. It's just a summoning mon that changes technique. It looks very similar to Danzo, right? I did it on purpose, just to satisfy my bad taste. Although he has already opened Wushuang, he doesn't care at all that Danzo is his pet. But that will undoubtedly affect the efficiency of Danzo doing things for him. After all, it would be ridiculous to let another summoning beast lead the route. Is that true? Shisui muttered to himself. But, no matter how I look at it, it looks very much like Danzo, okay. Saying that, Kakashi shook his head, as if trying to shake the thought out of his mind. Compared with the fact that Danzo is a Naruto summoning beast, he is more willing to believe the explanation given by Naruto. After all, it is in line with common sense. It is enough for the 3 views to collapse once, no more. All 3 breathed a sigh of relief. It was the fact that Naruto cast the summoning technique just now and finally summoned Danzo, which frightened the 3 of them. Fortunately, it was just a shape-shifting beast in disguise. Konoha village, roots. After Naruto lifted summoning, Danzo came back soon. Come on, go to the commercial street. Danzo just wanted to ask Genbu to go to the commercial street to buy color contact lenses, but remembering the 1-minute limit mentioned by the owner, he felt that he had to hurry up and go buy it himself. When he rushed to the color contact store on the commercial street, Danzo threw away the money, grabbed 3 and ran away without even asking for change. The boss stayed for a while. If I read correctly, the one who bought 3 colored contact lenses in my store just now is Master Danzo, right? I didn't expect that Mr. Danzo, the dignified Konoha boss, still has such a hobby. Originally, he was still afraid of Master Danzo, but he thought that Master Danzo would secretly wear the color contact lenses from his store. He suddenly felt that Danzo's stern and terrifying face suddenly became much kinder. Well, it's decided, and I'll advertise later. The color contact lenses that even the leader of Konoha Roots can't help but want to buy, you are definitely worth having. Do you want to know the color contact lenses that even Danzo-sama is full of praise for? Come on then. 3rd Hokage, who was looking at the beautiful lady in the commercial street color contact store through a crystal ball, was also dumbfounded. As the chief inspector of Konoha, he just patrolled Konoha village as usual to prevent people from committing crimes. When I was focusing on closing the poor-chested and vicious color contact store, I suddenly found my old classmate Danzo who bought color contact lenses. All of a sudden, I discovered the other side of this old classmate who has always been serious and even likes to plot. Even the 3rd generation, who was equally scheming and well-informed, couldn't help but be stunned. I didn't expect you to be like this, Danzo. 42. Shukaku vs. Kurama. The academic controversy in the tailed beast world. Advertisement. Naruto summoned the pet Danzo again, got the colored contact lenses, and gave them to the 3 pink eye patients in the car. Kakashi saw that no matter in terms of voice, appearance, insidious temperament, and murderous aura, no matter how you look at it, it is Danzo of Danzo. Still can't accept that it's just a shape-shifting summoning beast. He couldn't help but try it out. Master Danzo, the color contact lenses are sold out pretty quickly. I went to the commercial street to buy this in person, is it not expensive? Danzo said coldly. As a cold, middle-aged and elderly man, he would not give good looks to anyone except the master. Kakashi. You are a summoning beast, you still buy things? Is it my illusion? How did I almost get scared by a summoning beast? Shisui, once Danzo's subordinate and now the captain of Anbu's first unit, patted Danzo's head. Master Naruto, your summoning beast is really too similar. In the past, at the root, he was angry with Danzo a lot, and even the relationship between the two was vaguely hostile. Now you can take advantage of this opportunity to take advantage of the Danzo-like summoning beast, and it always feels like you were taking advantage of Danzo. It's quite interesting. Pat me on the head? You don't want to live anymore? Danzo looked at Uchiha Shisui coldly, didn't speak, just looked at him like that, to see when he could touch it. Itachi quickly took Shisui's hand off Danzo's head. With his keen insight, he always feels that this Danzo is not like a summoning beast, but like a real person. If this is really Danzo, then the consequences are simply unimaginable. Naruto waved his hand and made Danzo disappear. Gaara is just around the corner. Bumblebee, stop. You guys are in the car, find a good reason to sneak into Sunagakure. After Gaara saw the 4-wheeled puppet stop, a blonde kid about his age came out. And under his feet, there's a cute little fox. At the moment when the cute little fox appeared, Gaara felt the one-tailed Shuhei in his body suddenly went crazy, roaring crazily. Kurama, how dare you appear in front of me? Kill you, I'm going to kill you. As soon as Naruto got out of the car, he saw Gaara, who was carrying a gourd, was affected by the angry Shukaku and lost his mind. Nine-Tails smiled dismissively. Hey, isn't this the weakest-tailed beast Shuhei little brother? Shuhei looked at the little fox who followed the foot of the 3-year-old Naruto like a slave, and laughed and said, Are you good enough to be a 3-year-old's pet? Soon, Nine-Tails and One-Tail Shuhei, separated by a Gaara, began to yell and argue. Nine-Tails One-Tail's grievances are generally clear after watching Hokage's Naruto. A long time ago, after Kurama showed the strongest strength of Sweep-Tailed Beast. In the world of tailed beasts, the Kurama theorem that the strength of tailed beasts is proportional to the number of tails was proposed for the first time. Advertisement: I want a group of defeated generals to fully admit their status as the first brother of the tailed beast. This made the irascible old Tai Shuhei in Tailed Beast unhappy. Kurama, what do you mean? You clearly know that I have the least number of tails, only one. According to your theorem, doesn't that mean that I, Shuhei, are the best among the 9-tailed beasts? The number of tails only represents the amount of chakra and has nothing to do with combat power. Kurama, you say I'm the weakest. I, Shuhei, refuse to accept, come to fight. Then it was rubbed against the ground by 9-Tails. Although Shuhei is slightly weaker, he is a proud and arrogant person. Even if he was beaten badly by Kurama, he will never be convinced. Instead, a second theorem was proposed in the world of tailed beasts. The strength of tailed beasts is proportional to the volume of their tails, the theory of guarding cranes. You know, although the Shuhei has few tails, one tail is comparable to 5 or 6 tails of other tailed beasts. Rounding up like this, everyone has 10 tails, and it can also be split 50-50 with Kurama, probably. In the world of tailed beasts, the Kurama theorem and the Shuzuru theorem each have supporters, but neither agrees with the other. Anyway, everyone is immortal, so I am in a panic. Even 8-Tails Gyuki came to join in the fun, and followed the two old guys 9 tails and 1 tail. Proposed the Gyuki theorem that the strength of the tailed beast is proportional to the volume of the tailed beast. I want to compete with Kurama for the position of the tailed beast by virtue of the size of the largest tailed beast. But there is no tailed beast birded. You eat so much fat, how dare you mention this? None of the other tailed beasts recognized Gyuki's theorem. So in the long years, because of the ideological dispute between Kurama theorem and Shuzuru theorem, 9-Tails 1 tail, these two academic leaders in the tailed beast world have been fighting each other for countless years, and they have the worst relationship with each other. Then there was a fierce man named Senju Hashirama who was stronger than a tailed beast in the ninja world, and his good friend Uchiha Madara. Each tailed beast was then sealed into Jinchuriki's body, tragically turned into a large chakra battery. For a long time, Shukaku wanted to break free from the seal of Jinchuriki, go out for a wave, and fight with Kurama again. He felt that he had a great advantage this time. But after being suppressed by the 4th Case-Cage Luosha in the desert last time, it felt suffocated. Therefore, Shuzuru saw his lifelong enemy Kurama appearing in front of him without any sign of being sealed. Of course he was very angry. This anger even affected Gaara's sanity. Quick, run away, otherwise I will kill you. Gaara struggled, reminding the child in front of him to run away. Gaara, who has never experienced the death of Yashimaru, is not so bloodthirsty. Fine. Naruto gave Gaara an okay smile, but the next moment, the sand under his feet wrapped around him, as if to wrap him up and bury him. Seeing Gaara, who was almost out of control under the influence of Shuzuru and couldn't help attacking him, the smile on Naruto's face gradually disappeared. Is this a slap in the face? Shuhei, you are doomed. 43. Comments? Konoha Genin went to Sunagakure to fight one-tailed Jinchuriki. Advertisement let Naruto fight Gaara, the one-tailed Jinchuriki at the beginning. Naruto actually refused in his heart. You can't make me fight and fight. After all, the opponent is just an imperfect Jinchuriki who runs away at every turn, and he is still a 3-year-old child. Even his strongest support, one-tail Shuhei, is not as good as the cute pet fox under my feet. I fight with you, isn't this bullying children? But I just told Gaara, it's okay, and it didn't even come for a second. Shuhei, you are more than that, just control Gaara and bring me a sand-binding coffin. Didn't this slap me in the face on the spot? I can bear it? I won't draw you out, just like I beat Ninetales back then, give me a good beating, I'm your father. I'm sorry, I don't want to do this either. Gaara stared at Naruto with bloody black eyes while apologizing politely. A sand waterfall came to the funeral, trying to kill Naruto. Fine. Naruto shook his head. Brother, your sand massage strength is not very good, can you make it stronger? The micro-repulsion field covering the skin completely counteracts the extrusion of the funeral sand in the sand waterfall. If Naruto wanted to, he could bounce all the sand out on the spot. Shuhei was a little surprised. Normal humans would have died long ago, but this kid can do it. It was about to intensify the massage, but Naruto raised his small hand. He punched lightly. Gen Dun beat the cows across the mountain. Naruto punched Shukaku back to the sealed space on the spot through Gaara. Gaara, don't. A beautiful and clear female voice came. Yashimaru rushed over with a beautiful blonde loli. People from Sunagakure are coming. Seeing this, the copy ninja Kakashi quickly used the previously copied sand binding technique to bury the Bumblebee and the 3 people in the car to cover up their tracks. Although all 3 of them wore the colored contact lenses that Danzo bought for them. But the picture was so beautiful that they almost screamed out of laughter when they looked at each other, but they were too embarrassed to show it to others. Sorry, I'm Gaara's older sister, Temari, are you okay? The beautiful blonde loli ran to Naruto, took off the sandbag from his body, and asked with concern. Temari was worried about his younger brother's safety, so he followed Uncle Yashimaru out to find Gaara, only to find that his younger brother was planning to attack a child, so he hurried to dissuade him. Originally, she thought that the child was going to die, but she didn't expect that Gaara actually listened to him, stopped, and regained her senses. In fact, it was only because Shuzuru was stunned by Naruto's sudden punch, and he couldn't react for a while, that Gaara regained control of his consciousness. As a Sunagakure Anbu ninja, Yashimaru saw the sudden appearance of Naruto Ninetales, a combination of one man and one fox, near Sunagakure. He became suspicious and even became secretly vigilant. Seeing Jinchuriki's younger brother listening to him like this, Temari felt a sense of pride that he had finally trained the bear boy. He patted his chest proudly and said to Naruto. Don't worry, Gaara will still listen to me, with me here, you will be fine. As a result, at the next moment, Kei Shuhei saw Kurama, his lifelong enemy, smiling mockingly at him, and Ultimate's anger caused Gaara to lose control again. Just as Temari said it was okay, he was slapped in the face in embarrassment, his little face flushed, and was replaced by panic. Because she saw that Gaara, who had turned into a half-tailed beast, hit him with a giant hand of sand. Yashimaru was beaten unconscious on the spot to protect his niece. And Naruto, because he didn't want to see a little girl die in front of his eyes, he picked up Temari, a beautiful blonde loli, and ran away. Realizing that she was being hugged by a boy, the blonde loli Temari felt bewildered and blushed. Girls mature earlier than boys, and children in the Hokage world are even more precocious. Therefore, Temari, who was only 6 or 7 years old, suddenly enjoyed Naruto's hero rescue service, and looked at Naruto with a different look. Advertisement oops. This is the feeling of heartbeat. Temari couldn't help but spit at himself in his heart, I'm still young, how can I think about these things? The blonde loli Temari buried her face in Naruto's arms in shame. Konoha village, Hyuga's home. Hinata, the eldest daughter of the main family, is boxing in the yard. As the first heir of the future Hyuga family, Hinata began to practice gentle fist under the guidance of his father when he was only 3 years old. The breeze picked up, a green leaf fell on her head. Hinata's jet black hair has a touch of green, and she who was concentrating on boxing didn't even realize it. I feel sorry for Miss Hinata for half a second. Finally Temari mustered up his courage, looked up at Naruto, and asked. You. What's your name? You saved me. I can't repay you, I can only be your daughter. Ah. What am I doing? He is younger than me, still a child. We are all still children, what am I thinking? Impossible. My name is Naruto. Naruto showed a charming smile with a beauty filter in the eyes of the blonde loli Temari, and then stretched out his hand to stun the little loli. Next, I'm going to show my strength and hit your brother, oh, so don't watch it. Naruto made Ninetales continue to yell and taunt, which stimulated Gaara to completely turn into a tail beast, and his whole head turned into a super ferocious civet cat. Kakashi, who sneaked out of the sand, was taken aback. Is this kid carrying a gourd one-tailed Jinchuriki? Now this situation, on one side is a sand shinobi ninja and little girl knocked out, and a one-tailed Jinchuriki transformed into a tailed beast. On one side are two Konoha Jonin, two Konoha Genin. And one of them, Genin Naruto, is about to fight one-tailed Jinchuriki. If others saw it, they would not be able to explain it. Psychic Force Field Spiral Ascension. Shuhei was sucked into the Psychic Force Spiral position and spun 10,000 meters into the sky. One-tailed Shuhei vomited a lot of sand. Naruto used the Psychic Field Gravitational Core again to draw Shukure into the Gravitational Core point. The flying sand quickly buried Shuhei in a big sand ball. Shukaku, who was once part of the Ten Tails chakra, recognized that this was the ultimate ninjutsu Planetary Devastation that sealed the Ten Tails body, and was stunned. 6. Master Six Paths. Seeing the 3-year-old who resorted to Planetary Devastation at the slightest disagreement, Shukaku was so frightened that he couldn't speak fluently. I just seek revenge from Kurama, why did I provoke such a big guy? The three of Kakashi watched the 4th Hokage's son, Konoha Genin Naruto, fight against Sand Shinobi's ultimate military force, one-tailed Jinchuriki. It was said to be a big battle, but it was actually just one-tailed Shuhei being beaten unilaterally. Seeing peace lovers Shisui and Itachi hesitate to speak. If the people of Sunagakure find out, Konoha Shinobi sneak into Sand Shinobi, fight one-tailed Jinchuriki. Could it be mistaken for Konoha trying to steal Sunagakure's tail beast? Wouldn't it be possible to cause the 4th war in the ninja world? 44. Scared to cry one-tail. Suck off half of Shokuru chakra in one gulp. Advertisement, but Kakashi thinks otherwise. Ninja World War 4. Non-existent. Even if the other 4 major ninja villages fought against Konoha, Master Konoha Genin Naruto conjured up thousands of shadow clone. Although it is only shadow clone, chakra is limited, and the combat power and battery life are poor, but there are still thousands of Super Cage level combat power. It is no problem to end the war not long after the start of the 4th World War. They just need to lie down and win. In Konoha's 1-4 Ninja World War 3, Kakashi lost 2 close friends, and his father Konoha's White Fang was sprayed to death by Konoha village residents, and Kakashi also had a dark side hidden in his heart. Since Naruto-sama has such fighting power, what else is he hiding? Simply reveal your identity, sweep the 4 major ninja villages, and take the opportunity to unify the ninja world. Obviously, with the original strength of first Hokage Senju Hashirama, it is easy to dominate the ninja world. If you insist on pretending to be a grandson, the tailed beast will give you a big free gift. What kind of tailed beast is there to check and balance? But as a result, is the ninja world peaceful since then? Not at all. After the death of first generation, 3 wars broke out in the ninja world. Only when the ninja world is united can the war be ended. But Kakashi immediately shook the thought out of his mind. Naruto is only a 3-year-old child, it is too cruel for him to start a war to unify the ninja world, and he does not know how many people will be killed. Moreover, as the reincarnation of the founder of the ninja world, Sage of Six Paths, Naruto may not agree to do so. In fact, he was wrong. Unified Ninja World is such a fun game, of course Naruto will not miss it. After all, if he doesn't care, the whole world will be destroyed in another 10 years. The reason why Naruto has no plan to unify the ninja world is because he is afraid that he will change the plot too much. As a result, some interesting characters in the original work, such as Bai, Kimimaro, Shanglin, etc., died and disappeared for inexplicable reasons. Without those interesting characters, what's the point of unifying the ninja world? The movement caused by the psychodynamic field, gravitational core, and planetary devastation alarmed the ninjas in Sunagakure in the distance. Someone reported sightings of one-tailed crane. 4th Cascade Luo Sha frowned. Gaara, you trash? Going berserk again. A Jinchuriki who cannot control a tailed beast is worthless and will only become a monster that threatens the village. It seems that it is necessary to arrange for Yashimaru to conduct a final assessment on him. If he fails, then don't blame me for killing you. Saying that, 4th Cascade set out to suppress the son of one-tailed Jinchuriki who went berserk. Seeing the 3-year-old Genin Naruto slamming the Sunagakure strategic weapon one-tail Shuzuru. In the name of instant water, Megatron Ninja World, the Uchiha family recognized as the #1 master of the family Uchiha Shisui. He started Sharingan at the age of 8. Uchiha Fugaku, the patriarch of the Uchiha family, is the greatest pride. He is known as the first genius of the Uchiha family, and Uchiha Itachi, who will become the second Uchiha Shisui in the future and may even surpass Uchiha Itachi, has a complicated face. Obviously both of them are still young, one is even younger than 17-year-old Kakashi, and the other is only 8 years old. But they felt that they were getting old, and when they saw Naruto Kai Wushuang, they had the feeling that the waves pushed forward. But seeing how to rub against the ground and hang him, he refuses to admit defeat. Instead, he is like a dogskin plaster, relying on a Shuhei theorem and the Shuhei little brother who has been arguing for thousands of years in the tailed beast academic circles. Beat. 9 Tails couldn't help clapping and applauding, shouting 666, looking like he was licking a dog. Even if you let it go, you can still beat the crane to death. But it is still very difficult to achieve the master's instant kill and fancy sling. Naruto unlocks the psychic field. He broke out, thinking that the child in front of him was weak. I was so scared to death, I thought it was the rebirth of the Six Paths old man. Advertisement child, you are dead, I want to eat you. For the tailed beast, the scariest thing is being sealed. Because they are immortal, they are not afraid of being killed at all. Eat me? Naruto smiled. That reminds me, all of you tailed beasts exude a delicious smell. Multiple shadow clone. After speaking, Naruto suddenly created 1,000 shadow clone. Under Shuhei's somewhat dumbfounded eyes, 1,000 Naruto shadow clones above the sky opened their mouths at the same time and sucked lightly. The next moment, Shohei's size shrank by half. One tail was completely dumbfounded. The child just sucked it lightly, and half of its chakra was gone. If you take another breath, wouldn't it be gone? So scary. The outside world is scary. I'd better go back. Shuhei was so frightened that he cried, quickly retracted into Gaara's stomach. Gaara's body gradually recovered, and her consciousness gradually recovered. Gaining consciousness, Gaara shouted for the first time. Child, run away. Shuhei is coming out. Naruto didn't move, just smiled. You let it out, if it dares. You are a fool. Gaara was in a hurry, and quickly turned around and ran away. You still have to stay away from this child, lest I go berserk and kill him later. Huh? But while running, Gaara stopped with a puzzled expression. I didn't run away. He was surprised to find that Shuhei, who was always clamoring to come out, was shrunk in the sealed space in his body at this time. Whining piteously, his whole body trembled slightly. Like a kitten, a little girl who is frightened by a big monster. Shuhei, what's wrong with you, Shuhei? I won't go out. Even if I'm killed, I won't go out. Gaara. What happened during the period when I was unconscious just now? He couldn't help raising his head and looked at Naruto, a kid who was about his age. What the hell did you do to one-tail Shukaku? See what it looks like. 45. Shiti is a disciple of Jinchuriki. 3-year-old Gaara is flying straight up to cage level. Advertisement, Only then did Gaara notice that the sky was densely packed with Naruto, and she couldn't help but take a few steps back in fright. Why do you have so many? Are you blind? Naruto silently lifted multiple shadow clone technique. Gaara rubbed her eyes, and looked again, and sure enough, the densely packed Naruto in the sky was gone. But soon he exclaimed again. Huh? The girl in your arms, why does it look so familiar to me? Naruto pulled out the little face of the blonde lowly Tamari who was buried in his arms, and said. Because she is your sister. Just now you went berserk and almost killed your sister, but I saved her. Then I thank you. Gaara, who has not experienced the death of Yashimaru. I haven't engraved, love, on my head yet. At this time, the little Gaara is still a soft and cute little boy. If it weren't for the dark circles under his eyes that affected his appearance, even his sister Tamari would not be as cute as him. By the way, aren't you afraid of me? Gaara asked with some expectation. Ever since he could remember, people around him regarded him as a monster and feared him very much. Even brothers and sisters are afraid of him, and his father always blamed himself for being incompetent because he couldn't control one-tail Shuhei. The only person who can bring him warmth is Uncle Yashimaru. Don't be afraid. Naruto showed his trademark sunny smile. Because Naruto doesn't look like his older siblings, or fear of himself like the rest of the village. Gaara, who has no friends and even his older brother thinks he is a monster, feels like he has made friends for the first time. Naruto also knows Gaara's current situation. Due to the name of the Kingdom of the Wind, Sunagakure's funds have been continuously reduced, and its military strength has continued to decline. Gaara's father, 4th Kazekage Luo Sha, because the Konoha next door who once fought 4 out of 3 battles was too strong, he was in a panic all day long. I'm afraid that one day Konoha Shinobi will come and push Sunagakure flat. So he followed the advice of Kazekage advisor Chiyo, and together with Chiyo sealed one-tail Shukaku in his youngest son Gaara. I hope Gaara can become the strongest weapon in the village and help him fight against other major ninja villages, especially Konoha, the strongest village with all the masters. But to his disappointment, his son often ran away and caused great damage to Sunagakure. He was obviously a failure, so he had a bad attitude towards him. He often sent people to assassinate his son. Having such a father, I really feel sorry for Gaara for half a second. Then would you like to be my friend? Little Gaara rubbed her hands and asked nervously. It is detected that Gaara, an important character in the plot, wants to be the host's friend. Choose it. The host is great. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement, choice 1. Want to be my friend, want to fart? Then he beat Gaara up and walked away. Rewards the mana recovery skill of Guardian of Light, Chakra Magic. Option 2. Okay, you will be my younger brother from now on, become Gaara's only good friend, cultivate a bond, and like to mention a Jinchuriki brother. Reward the blood recovery skill of the God Warrior, blood circulation. Option 3. You want to be my friend, but I want to be your brother-in-law, Ba, it's a teacher. Became the teacher of Gaara, Sunagakure's first bear child, cheated on him, and trained Gaara to become the #1 master of Sunagakure. Rewards invigorate and chakra magic. Close black lens bracket. Naruto looked at the reward. Nonsense, definitely choose 3. And accepting Gaara as an apprentice is more fun than accepting him as a good friend. Accept the future 5th Kazekage as a disciple, so happy. You want to be my friend, but I want to be your brother-in-law, Ba, it's a teacher. Hearing Naruto's answer, Gaara couldn't help blinking her cute big eyes. I treat you as a friend, but you want to be my brother-in-law, oh, a teacher? Sure. As long as you are willing to play and talk with me, you can be my teacher too. Congratulations to host for completing choice 3. Reward host for mastering the 2 skills of blood circulation and chakra magic. Close black lens bracket. Blood rejuvenation. The blood recovery skill of the heroes of the League of Legends. Effect. Use magic to stimulate the potential recovery power in the target unit's body, and restore life according to his main attributes. When the target's health is lower than 40%, it will get faster recovery speed. Close black lens bracket. Chakra magic. The blue recovery skill of the Guardian of Light, the hero of the League of Legends. Effect. Restores mana to target unit. Opens an acupoint on an allied unit, causing a surge of chakra. Close black lens bracket. These 2 skills, one restores blood and the other restores mana, not bad. As for the effect in this Hokage world, we have to experiment later. The 3 Kakashi who are peeping. Naruto, what on earth are you trying to do? The son of the 4th Hokage accepted the son of the 4th Kazekage as a disciple? What is this operation? Naruto put the blonde loli Tamari aside, stepped forward to pat Gaara on the head, and said with a smile. Then let me ask you, Gaara, do you want to cheat? Hacking? Gaara frowned. What does that mean? Naruto was like a weirdo who used lollipops to fool the little girl, and said, do you want to become stronger and get your father's approval? He already had an idea of how to cheat on Gaara. That is to tame One Tail with the beast ring, and then order One Tail to help Gaara become the perfect One Tail Jinchuriki. A Jinchuriki Gaara who no longer runs out of control and perfectly masters One Tail Shuhei chakra. Even a 3-year-old child has at least cage-level strength. If you accept the guidance and dual training of several of his followers. With the strength of the perfect One Tail Jinchuriki Gaara, it is still easy to beat a 4th Kazekage and become the #1 master of Sunagakure. Now that you are my student, even if you are only a 3-year-old child, I will train you to be a cage-level master. 46. Gaara. Watch the crane. Watch the crane, come out and play. Advertisement. Because you can't control the power of One Tail Shuhei, your father doubts the value of existence. Because you couldn't meet your father's expectations and became the ultimate weapon in the village, you became a failure in your father's mouth. But if you have enough power, it's not a problem anymore. People won't throw eggs at you anymore either. You will get everything you want, as long as you have the power. So, Gaara, I ask you again, do you desire power? As long as you obey me obediently, I can give you great power. Naruto's persuasive and seductive voice rang in the ears of 3-year-old Gaara. Gaara's lovely eyes suddenly lit up. No, I long for. Naruto was taken aback when he heard that. I'm just playing tricks to satisfy my bad taste. But Gaara actually said no. Could it be that Gaara is also a time traveler? Is he going to say next, I long for that? I craved my father's approval. I craved the approval of everyone else in the village. If gaining strength can allow me to gain the approval of others, then I am willing to obediently listen to you, teacher. I will do whatever you want me to do. Because Shuzuru was scared by Naruto's terrible behavior of swallowing half of chakra in one gulp, and did not exert any influence on Gaara. Gaara is in a normal state at this time, like a good baby, standing in front of Naruto who is about the same height as him, nodding repeatedly, with a happy face. Since my only good friend likes to play this kind of game of pretending to be a teacher and a student, then I will play with him. Ever since I was a child, no other children have played games with me, so happy. Gaara smiles like a kid who just got a new toy and made a new friend in kindergarten. He didn't take what Naruto said to make him stronger at all. Okay, since that's the case, let's trick the One Tail Shuhei out of your body first. Hearing this, Naruto smiled and proposed the first step of the 3-year-old Jinchuriki disciple Gaara's cage-level combat power plan. Trick the guard crane out? Gaara hesitated. No, that's too dangerous. He could never forget how much damage it caused to the village every time the monster in his body came out. I can't forget people's eyes of fear and hatred towards him. It breaks his heart every time. If Shuhei was allowed to come out, the friend he had just made, and also his only friend, would definitely be killed. Naruto patted Gaara's head and said with a smile. Don't worry, I'll be fine. If you don't believe me, I'll let you see my abilities. After speaking, Naruto took Gaara's hand, cast the telekinetic power of the tornado, and took off directly. I flew into the sky. Gaara screamed in fright when she found herself tens of meters away from the ground suddenly. Obviously he has been carried by Naruto's superpower. Even if he doesn't grab anything, he won't fall at all, but he still hugs Naruto's waist tightly in fright. Glancing down, Gaara buried her little head in Naruto's arms after realizing that she was several hundred meters above the ground, not daring to take another look. Advertisement looking at Gaara who hugged his waist tightly and curled up in his arms, Naruto was speechless. Your sister Tamari was like this before, why are you like this too? It's really not a family, don't enter a family, but when he thought about it, he understood. After all, Gaara is only a 3-year-old child, so how could he not be afraid when he flew into the sky all of a sudden? After all, not every 3-year-old child can have the consciousness of an adult like him. Only, my arms, even my future wife Hinata has not entered yet. But your siblings took the lead, what 2 lucky kids. Konoha village, Hyuga's home. Ms. Hinata of the main family finished punching. She just took off the green leaves from her head and sat in the yard to meditate. Another gust of wind blows, 2 green leaves fell on her head. Miss Hinata, who was concentrating on meditation, didn't notice. His dark head turned green again. Naruto brought Gaara back to the ground, and said with a smile, "Believe it now. Even if Shuhei comes out and wants to harm me, as long as I fly high, it won't be able to hurt me." Gaara kept nodding, eyes full of admiration. "Naruto, you can fly. You are amazing. What is this? If you want to fly, I can let you do it too." Naruto patted Gaara's head again. The original Gaara relies on his unique sand series of ninjutsu, which is a low-altitude combat unit in itself. Gaara lowered her head slightly knowingly to facilitate Naruto's movements. One reason is that since the only friend likes to touch his head, he will not refuse, so as not to make his friend angry. The second is that it feels pretty good to be touched like this, and it feels like being cared for. "Okay, I'll trick Shuhei out now." Naruto ducks aside. Gaara patted her belly. Shuhei, come out and play." "What a fart." Shukaku cursed in Gaara's body, "Don't try to trick me out, I won't be fooled. As soon as I go out, that monster that looks like a human child will eat me, right?" Gaara. 47. Grab one tail. On the show Operation, I, Sarutobi Hiruzen, only obey you Naruto. Advertisement a monster that looks like a child. Gaara froze for a moment. "Who are you talking about?" Gaara couldn't help looking at Naruto with puzzled eyes. Naruto patted Shuzuru Chakra's chubby stomach after eating half, shook his head. "It means that I don't know anything, I'm just like you, I'm just a 3-year-old kid, don't listen to its nonsense, just trick him out." Gaara thought about it too, and continued to fool around. "Shuhei, I'm alone outside right now." The blonde loli Tamari who was knocked out by Naruto and thrown on the ground. In order to save his niece Tamari, Yashimaru was knocked out by the tailed beast Gaara. "We were dizzy and didn't talk. It's good that you have good friends, but you can't forget your uncle and sister. Can you feel sorry for us for half a second, Shuhei? Didn't you keep clamoring to come out? Haven't you always wanted to eat sand? Now I don't resist anymore, come out as you want." Gaara recalled Naruto's tone before, bewitching. "Who wants to eat sand? Don't talk nonsense, but, that monster is really gone." To a certain extent, tailed beasts are all silly and sweet, and Shuhei doesn't think that a 3-year-old child knows how to lie to a cat, so he can't help being happy. Then I'll go out and take a look. Let me just say it first, I will just hang around at the exit and never go out." "No problem." Gaara nodded after being instructed by Naruto. Then Uzumaki appeared on Gaara's stomach. A shrunken raccoon poked its head out carefully and looked out. Sure enough, the big monster that looked like a human child was gone. So it happily drilled out. Sudden, its body froze, and the movement of drilling out suddenly stopped. Because it saw that its lifelong enemy, Kurama, was looking at it with a playful look on his face. "It's you stinky fox, what are you looking at, etc." Shukaku suddenly noticed something wrong with the way Kurama looked at it. It was a look of caring for the mentally handicapped. Reminiscent of Kurama being taken in as a pet by that child-shaped monster. Could it be? As if aware of something, Shuhei turned his head stiffly, and then saw a cute sunny child's face that he never wanted to see again in his life. "Gaara. You lied to me. I believe you be asterisk 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 D. You be asterisk 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 D is so bad." At that moment, he remembered the terrible memory of being swallowed half of chakra by 100 of these monsters in one gulp. He should have quickly fled back to the sealed space. But Shuhei was too scared, I was too scared to move my body. Then it saw the hideous 2-legged monster that looked like a child and threw it at it with a golden collar in its hand. Open black lens bracket host used the beast ring on one tail Shuhei. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket host successfully took one tail's crane as a pet, close black lens bracket. Owner. The crane watching part, Chakra, turned into a young civet cat, lying at Naruto's feet, calling obediently. Gaara couldn't help but be taken aback. Is this really the grumpy Mr. Shuhei who destroys everywhere? Didn't I see a fake-tailed beast? Seeing how well-behaved the little brother Shuhei was, Kurama couldn't help feeling a little crisis in his heart. This guy, doesn't he want to compete with me for favor? It dare. Advertisement I'm immune to death it. Looking at one tail, a small civet cat who became Naruto's new pet. Kakashi was dumbfounded. In this way, our Konoha suddenly has another tailed beast. So, we Konoha really stole Sunagakure's tailed beast. Obviously it shouldn't be like this. Naruto, before you left Konoha, didn't you say that we were only traveling with public funds? Why do you suddenly take the strategic weapons of other ninja villages as your own? What should I tell Lord Fourth Hokage? Are you going to tell him? Ah, I'm sorry, Mr. Minato. I didn't notice, your son Naruto snatched Sunagakure's one tail. Uchiha Shisui was speechless. When he saw Naruto fighting Sunagakure one-tailed Jinchuriki, he thought that if people from Sunagakure saw it, they would misunderstand that people from Konoha came to snatch Sunagakure's tail beast. That may trigger a new ninja world war, but now it's not a misunderstanding, but a stone hammer. Naruto actually tamed one tail as a pet. This means that Naruto really robbed others of one tail. Look at this whole thing. As the captain of Konoha Anbu's first unit and the highest ranking member of this business trip, Shisui immediately ordered Kakashi's summoning out of the ninja dogs and informed 4th Hokage of what he had discovered so far. In case Sunagakure leads the team to fight against Konoha, the people in Konoha still don't know anything. Konoha Village, Hokage Office. The 3rd Generation 4th Generation is discussing the development of Konoha. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen abdicated, he was invited by Namikaze Minato to serve in the Hokage Office as Hokage Chief Advisor. Kakashi came to inform. Let me see where Naruto and the others went to play. Namikaze Minato took the tip and read it. Because he is not the current Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen did not go to read the secret report. Because if the level of confidentiality of the information is too high, then he can't know it. But he was still curious about Naruto's news, although because of Naruto's existence, he no longer has to worry about Konoha's safety. Even if the 4 great ninja villages attack Konoha again, Sarutobi Hiruzen will not panic. Sending out a Naruto Shadow Clone Squad is enough to sweep the entire ninja world. But Naruto also said that his own power is too lazy to use it for aggression, expansion, and provoking wars. It's a pity, otherwise the unification of the ninja world is just around the corner. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Namikaze Minato eagerly, hoping that Minato would bring him this former Hokage, and also listen to the news about Naruto. Seeing the old man of 3rd generation looking at him like a child asking for candy from his parents, Minato couldn't help but want to laugh. As for this, then he also told the information about Naruto and others. Oh, Naruto and the others have gone to the Land of Winds, and are near Sand Shinobi Village. Well, they met one-tailed Jinchuriki of Sunagakure, Gaara, son of the 4th Kazekage. Then Naruto fought against one-tailed Jinchuriki and became Gaara's teacher? What the hell is Naruto playing? Sarutobi Hiruzen listened to Naruto's deeds, just like listening to a novel. It was very interesting, but suddenly heard Minato exclaimed, and hurriedly asked. Minato, what's wrong? Did something happen to Naruto? Although he also knew that this was basically impossible, after all, he was a kid who could beat even 9 tails, how could he not be able to beat a one-tailed Jinchuriki? Naruto stole Sunagakure's one tail. After 9 tails, he tamed one tail as his pet. Sarutobi Hiruzen. This operation, old man, I like it. On the show Operation, I, Sarutobi Hiruzen, only obey you Naruto. 48. Cat Ear Lolita Gaara. One-tail chakra mode. Advertisement. When the 3rd generation and 4th generation learned that Naruto had tamed one tail, they couldn't help but looked at each other in amazement. Namikaze Minato immediately thought of Sunagakure's reaction. If 4th Kazekage finds out that Konoha's man or his genin son stole one tail, then will he start a war against Konoha? Minato, you are worried about Sunagakure going to war with us, aren't you? Namikaze Minato nodded. Sarutobi Hiruzen seemed to have heard some joke. War against us? Do they dare? Even if you don't count Naruto, even if you don't count Orochimaru who defected, the current Konoha is still the strongest in the ninja world. Don't worry, Minato, Sunagakure won't dare to fight us. Even if they really see Naruto's strength, no matter how wrong they are, they can only hold back their tears. Minato thinks about it too, his son Naruto is so powerful. Shadow Clone easily swept Konoha's highest combat power and hit a Sunagakure, which was still the meaning of Lil K. I only hope that the 4th Kazekage Luosha Leosha can make snacks. Don't kill yourself, you're going to make Naruto angry. Otherwise, I can't save you either. Alas, Naruto, Sunagakure is not having a good time. Their daimyo are said to have scaled back their military support for Sunagakure. Sunagakure's old iron life is miserable. Naruto, if possible, don't bully them too much. At first, Kakashi and Shisui, 2 Anbu ninjas, were startled when they saw one tail coming out. Thought that Naruto pulled one tail out of Jinchuriki Gaara's body. In that case, Jinchuriki would die. They're just here to travel. If they rob one tail and kill Jinchuriki, Konoha and Sunagakure will have a complete falling out. But then seeing that Gaara was fine and Shukaku had gone back, he was relieved. As long as Naruto doesn't mess things up, it's fine. Naruto asked Shukaku to go back to Gaara's stomach and cooperate with his disciple to transform into one-tail chakra mode. He was curious, what would Gaara's one-tail mode look like? The chakra color of Shukura is yellow. Is it also a golden body? Also, Shukaku is a giant civet cat. What form will Gaara take? In Naruto's expectant eyes, with the obedient cooperation of Naruto's pet Shuhi, Gaara, Naruto's first disciple, transforms into one-tail mode. Then Gaara got a pair of cat ears on her head and a cattail behind her butt. The one-tail chakra coat in the cat ear girl's female form? Naruto's eyes lit up. This can be. Gaara was a little apprehensive. Naruto-sensei, did I succeed in transforming? Isn't it strange? Naruto shook his head. It's not surprising, it's so high. Try sending tailed beast bomb. Advertisement. Gaara shook her head. I can't do it. Naruto stroked his chin, thinking. Gaara is still young, and it is too difficult for him to condense him into a big move like tailed beast bomb as soon as he comes up. Moreover, the transformation is not thorough enough. Gaara just wore a cat ear girl uniform one-tail chakra coat. If we continue to make more in-depth changes, such as the fusion of humans and tailed beasts similar to Kurama mode, will there be other changes? As soon as he thought of the interesting form that was likely to be born, Naruto became interested. Gaara, get ready. Next will be the strongest form of the one-tail mode, the crane guard mode. You have to become one with Shukaku so that you will be able to fully grasp the power of one tail. Shuhei, combined with Jinchuriki, you form the head, oh no, it's the ears and tail, you know, transform. After a puff of smoke characteristic of Hokage, one-tailed Jinchuriki Gaara and Shrine Crane combined to transform into the strongest fighting form. It worked, cat ear girl form, but because Gaara looks very small, maybe it can be called a lowly girl with cat ears. Congratulations, Gaara, you have successfully transformed into a lowly girl with cat ears. The fluffy cat ears and tail make people want to pull. A face cuter than the blonde lowly Tamari. Soft and weak, I still feel pitiful temperament. Cat-eared lowly girl, this is Gaara's final form in one-tail chakra mode. Those who don't know it will never recognize Gaara. I just thought it was a super cute girl. Gaara felt the huge power all over her body, as if it could destroy the world. This is the illusion after the power soars, and many villains have had this experience. Naruto-sensei, I always feel like there is something extra on the back of my head. It's very strange, meow. As soon as the word meow came out, even Gaara herself was stunned. What's the situation? Why did I suddenly meow after I finished speaking? Gaara's face turned red all at once. Naruto saw that the cat-eared lowly girl Gaara couldn't help but add a meow at the end of the sentence, and he just thought it was all the more interesting. Gaara touched her furry ears and tail at this moment and was stunned. Naruto-sensei, I seem to have turned into a cat meow. Also, why did I uncontrollably add meow at the end of my speech? I feel so ashamed, meow. Seeing the cat-eared lowly girl Gaara transformed into one-tail chakra mode, Shisui and Itachi were dumbfounded. Naruto-sama, what did you do to this child? But Kakashi couldn't help admiring. So cute. This is similar to the animal-eared girl described in My Beast-Eared Girl Can't Be So Cute. In My Beast-Eared Girl Who Makes Love to Heaven. I didn't expect to see it in reality. That's when the blonde lowly Tamari woke up. Soon, she saw Gaara, who was shining golden all over the court. Good. So cute girl. 49. Tamari grabs Gaara by the tail, and advertisement like Naruto's previous guess, Gaara's one-tail chakra mode is also a golden body in its full form. However, it is not as glittering as the golden body Naruto and the golden body Minato in the original book, but it seems to be beautified and brightened after turning on the beautification and filter. Originally 3-year-old Gaara was very soft and cute. When the golden body is opened, it directly reveals and strengthens his cuteness. Plus cat ears, cat tail, it's so cute it explodes. These cat ears and cat tails are not the chakra code of the previous one-tail mode, but the straightforward organs of the beast girl after being combined with Shuhei. But Gaara felt very uncomfortable, not to mention the weird behavior of adding the word meow uncontrollably at the end whenever I speak. Not to mention the shaggy tail that suddenly dangles behind the buttocks. Just the way Naruto-sensei looked at him with a weird face, and the way he wanted to laugh but couldn't help it, was enough to make him feel ashamed. This look is too embarrassing, it must not be seen by anyone other than Naruto-sensei. The 3 Kakashi who are peeping in the Hornet supercar, if they know Gaara's idea, they will probably make up for it. You may not believe it, but the Sharingan of the 3 of us all have super memory. Once you see it, it will be instantly stored in your mind and will never be forgotten. It is even possible to replay the memory for others to see through illusion. The shark carving picture of the dignified Sunagakure 4th Hokage's daughter turned into a cat-eared girl must be shared with others. Kakashi decided at that moment that he must share this memory with Master Jiraiya. I hope he can get inspiration from it and create such excellent little pornographic works as, my family has a cat-eared lady in my house, it's so cute. Because of lack of mastery of one-tail chakra, Gaara can't release this mode of guarding the crane at all, so he wants to ask Mr. Naruto for help to release this mode. Suddenly, a familiar voice sounded behind him. Good, so cute girl. In an instant, his face was red to the earlobes. Because he heard it, the voice belonged to his sister Tamari. My sister said I was a cute girl. What a shame. There's a little beast howling in Gaara's heart. Decided, I must not let my sister know my identity. Otherwise, I will really have no face to see my sister in the future. Naruto was laughing like crazy in his heart. Ha ha ha. It was so much fun. Who would have thought that the blonde lowly Tamari, who was stunned by him, would wake up at this time? He didn't speak, just quietly looked at the siblings in front of him, wondering what interesting things would happen between them next. This trip to the land of the wind is worth it just to see Gaara in her feminine form. Interesting. Advertisement such subversive development and training of important plot characters in the original work. This is another cool point no less than Kai Wushuang slapping the original boss. At this time, Naruto suddenly became interested in collecting ninja problem children for training. For example, Kimimaro, the cute boy Bai, Shanglin who recovers after being bitten by others, etc. Instead of letting Orochimaru kill these people and abduct this person, it may not have a good ending. It's better to let me take the training away. A total of ashes killed Kimimaro, women's big guy Bai, fairy body Shanglin. Naruto soon had a development route for these problem children in his mind. In this way, Naruto watched the movie while thinking about what he wanted to do during the next trip. Sister meow. Gaara couldn't help shouting when she saw her sister Temari. But after speaking, he quickly covered his mouth. First, I couldn't help calling my sister, for fear of being exposed. Instead, he followed me out without holding back the end of the sentence, so shameful. Because Gaara's voice at this time is a combination of the high-pitched Shukaku's voice and itself, more like a soft female voice. Meow? The blonde loli Temari was stunned by the strange way of speaking of the cute girl in front of her. But seeing her blushing and covering her mouth, she hurriedly smiled and comforted. It's okay, you can call me sister. As she spoke, she ran forward and couldn't help touching Gaara's ear. Little sister, why did you grow a pair of owl-eared ducks? It's so fluffy and comfortable to the touch. Hey, you still have a tail? As he said that, Temari, full of curiosity, grabbed Gaara's tail again, wanting to try his hand. No, do not want. As soon as the tail was caught, Gaara didn't know what happened to his body, and suddenly fell limp to the ground, his face turned even redder. You. What's the matter with you? Temari hastily let go of his hand and helped the girl in front of him. As soon as you grabbed my tail, I lost my strength all of a sudden? Gaara replied in a low voice, while carefully controlling the body that exploded with power, for fear of accidentally killing her sister. Get caught by the tail and lose strength? Naruto looked, with a weird look on his face. It's just a change of body, as for being so lustful? Moreover, isn't this the weakness of Gaara's strongest guarding crane mode? It seems that in the future Gaara will have to practice more about being touched by someone's tail, so as to eliminate this weakness. Thank you for the reward, thank you for your support. I will refresh whenever I have time to see if anyone has voted for flowers, reminders, monthly tickets, rewards, and evaluation tickets, to see if the data has changed, and I am very happy every time it rises. I have also been reading in the book review area, and I am very relieved and happy to see someone encouraging me to praise. Because the outline has not been written yet, the update is very slow. Tomorrow, I plan to organize the outline and the subsequent plot in order to speed up the update. 50. Fourth Cage cried. Where did our village tail beast go? Advertisement. Where's my brother? At this moment, Temari finally remembered that she was here to find Gaara. She remembered that she saw Gaara run away before. Uncle Yoshimaru was injured by Gaara, and she was rescued by Naruto. At that time, there was no such a cute little sister here. But now, Gaara is gone, but she has a younger sister, could it be? Do you know where my brother Gaara is? Gaara? I suddenly turned into a girl, and I was embarrassed to admit my identity to my sister, but my sister asked me, where did I go? How should I answer? Wait online, hurry up. Seeing that the girl was silent, the blonde loli Temari rushed to Naruto and asked. Naruto, do you know where Gaara went? Naruto glanced at Gaara and shook his head. I don't know. I was stunned by an impact before. When I woke up, your brother was gone, and here, there is a cute girl. In the end, Naruto was holding back his laughter. But he looked at Gaara with a smile in his eyes. Kindness? Temari noticed Naruto's eyes on the little girl with cat ears, and couldn't help frowning slightly. She looked at Gaara with more vigilance. Does Naruto like girls like that? That's right, she is so cute, which boy doesn't like it? Thinking of this possibility, Temari even looked at Gaara with hostility. However, I will not admit defeat. No one can take away the boy I Temari fancy. Temari looked at his rival in love, the super cute cat-eared loli girl, who was actually his younger brother Gaara, clenched and waved his small fists as a demonstration. Gaara was puzzled. Why is my sister looking at me so strangely? How come it seems to be challenging me? What do you want to compare with me? Also, Naruto-sensei, how did you and my sister meet? When I ran away before, what happened between you? Gaara didn't know that what his sister was going to compete with was man robbing. And the man who was robbed was his only friend, teacher Naruto, who was also only 3 years old. If he knew, what choice would he make between his friend and his sister? Temari, are you all right? What about the Gaara people? Yoshimaru, who was injured by Gaara before, also woke up. Uncle Yoshimaru. The blonde loli Temari hurriedly ran over to help Yoshimaru up. As soon as I woke up, Gaara was gone, and I don't know where he went. At this moment, Gaara also remembered that his uncle was injured, so he hurriedly followed, also wanting to help him up. Temari, who is this little girl? How does she have cat ears and a cat tail? Seeing Gaara's sissy form, Yoshimaru was dumbfounded. There is such a person. Is this really human? But. Good. So cute girl. Even Yoshimaru couldn't help admiring. It's really the form of Gaara, so cute. Hearing his uncle praised him for being cute, Gaara blushed a little. Uncle, don't say that about me. Advertisement. I am a boy. But he was too embarrassed to tell the truth. Uncle, she's shy. Temari couldn't help but tease the rival, ignoring the seemingly harmless child Naruto. Yoshimaru looked at Niuhu Gaara again, a trace of doubt flashed in his eyes. He actually felt that there was a kind and familiar feeling about this little girl with strange cat ears and cat tail. But he immediately put the thought behind him. You can't meet a cute little girl and think that you are close to him. Isn't this pervert? Then let me sense Gaara and One-Tail's chakra. Although Yoshimaru is only a chunin, he is an excellent perceptual ninja. In terms of perceptual ability, Jonin is generally inferior to him. Especially Sunagakure is one of the best in terms of perception tail beast chakra, which is also the main reason why 4th Kazekage Luasha arranged for him to raise his son Gaara. But soon, Yoshimaru's face changed. Oops, I can't sense Gaara's chakra anymore, and neither can One Tail's chakra. What? Gaara on the side was dumbfounded. I was worried that my uncle would find out. But now, what's going on? I'm right next to you, but you can't feel me. Naruto smiled and said nothing. He was present, and only he knew the reason. Because the shielding effect of the beast monitoring ring on the tailed beast chakra is absolute. And Gaara's chakra, which was combined with One Tail, was also blocked by the beast ring. As long as you don't want to be perceived, even if Gaara's eruption tailed beast chakra coat is now on, even if the 4th Kazekage Luasha is attached to Gaara's body, you can't perceive the slightest bit of chakra. Yoshimaru didn't perceive Gaara's chakra who was right next to her, but instead sensed the chakra of Kakashi's trio. Ninjutsu Strike Blade. He immediately manipulated kunai with the silk thread, and made a surprise attack on the sand pile where the 3 of Kakashi were hiding. Naruto felt helpless. Live well, okay, I have to provoke the 3 of them. Of the 3 of them. Although Itachi is only an 8-year-old child, as a super genius who opened Sharingan, his strength definitely exceeds that of Yoshimaru, a sentient Chunin. And Kakashi and Shisui, needless to mention. Starting with an elite Jonin, Mangekyo Sharingan really broke out, and Zunying and even cage level strength are also there. The other one, a proper cage level, really fights, even if it is 4th Kazekage Luo Sha, it is not Shisui's opponent. After Yoshimaru knocked out the hidden 3 people, he was stunned for a moment. Because he saw that all 3 of them had pink eyes. Wait, no, that's actually cosmetic contact lenses. For a moment, even Yashawan was speechless. These 3 weirdos actually wore pink-colored contact lenses, their eyes were too hot. At the same time, the Sand Shinobi combat force led by 4th Kazekage and Baki just arrived. Seeing the traces of destruction caused by Gaara's previous runaway, 4th Kazekage Luo Sha was dumbfounded. Didn't it mean that One Tail went berserk? Why can't I perceive One Tail's chakra? Where did our Sunagakure tail beast go? Quote. Because she was anxious that the tail beast was gone, 4th Kazekage Luo Sha's voice was full of tears, pitiful. 51. Shocked. 4th Kazekage is actually a strange millet who likes 3 or 4-year-old girls. Advertisement. 4th Kazekage Luo Sha is really about to cry. Because the daimyo of the Land of Winds reduced their military support for Sunagakure. Now Sunagakure's strength is getting worse day by day. Not to mention comparing with the big brother Konoha. Wait a minute, Sunagakure, who is the second most powerful of the 5 major ninja villages, is probably not as good as Kirigakure, Iwagakure, and Cloud Shinobi village. He pinned all his hopes on the militarization of the tail beast, hoping that Jinchuriki Gaara could control the power of One Tail. But now, the hope of the whole village, Gaara, has been taken away. How can this make him not in a hurry? He looked angrily at the 3 Kakashi wearing pink-colored contact lenses, gritted his teeth and said. It was you 3 who captured my Sunagakure's Jinchuriki Gaara. Looking at Gaara who turned into a cat-eared girl not far from 4th Kazekage, the 3 of Kakashi really didn't know what to say. We didn't catch the tail beast in your village, really. Uchiha Shisui, who looks like an honest person with thick eyebrows and big eyes, spoke the truth. Although a genin from our village fought against your Sunagakure One Tail Jinchuriki. He also beat One Tail so badly that he begged for mercy and called his father. He also tamed One Tail to become his pet, making the ownership of One Tail our Konoha's. Even turned your Jinchuriki girl into a cat-eared lowly girl. But we really didn't catch your Jinchuriki. If you don't believe me, look at the little girl with cat ears next to you. You may not believe it, but that cute little girl with cat ears and cat tail is your son Gaara. 4th Kazekage Luo Sha followed Shisui's gaze and saw the cat-eared lowly girl Gaara transformed into the One Tail guarding the crane golden body mode, and couldn't help admiring. Good. So cute girl. After he finished speaking, he quickly shut up, his old face blushed, and he turned his head, not daring to look at Gaara again. I am Kazekage, and now I am confronting the enemy, how can I say such indecent words? At the same time, he peeked at his subordinates, wondering if they would laugh at him. It turned out that everyone was shocked by the cuteness of the little girl with cat ears, and no one heard his uncontrollable admiration. Except for one person. His old partner, the leader of the Sunagakure combat force, Baki Laoti. Luo Sha saw this old friend looking at him without saying a word, his eyes were very subtle and weird, obviously he heard the admiration he blurted out just now. Baki's weird eyes seemed to be surprised, I didn't expect you to be such a 4th Kazekage. 4th Kazecage's old face is even redder. I have to say that Gaara's cuteness at this time is simply blown away. Even if it is the shadow of a village like 4th Kazekage, I can't help but praise him for being cute. But after listening to 4th Kazecage's father's praise, Gaara's mood is very complicated. My father, who always accused me of being a failure, praised me for the first time, and I was very happy. Even if you call me cute, it doesn't matter to me. But, Dad, I'm a boy, not a girl. You praised me as a cute girl, how can I accept such compliments calmly? Advertisement. Gaara's little face turned red into a monkey's A. Not long after, 4th Kazekage Luo San Shinobi couldn't help but look at Gaara again. It's not that he's pervert, he misses such a special beast girl, and wants to take another look. Rather, he actually saw the shadow of his beloved wife in this little girl. He vaguely remembered the happy days when he and his wife were in love when they were young. Seeing this girl was like seeing his wife. Etc. Luo Sha finally reacted. This is not my wife. This is just a little girl who is not as old as my daughter. Looking at a little girl, I actually thought of my beautiful late wife, and thought of the romance and lingering love in the past. Sunagakure Kage, actually felt that kind of emotion towards such a young girl. Am I a pervert? Now, he really didn't dare to look at his son Gaara anymore. He even felt that he would never be able to look directly at the 3-year-old girl again. Unbeknownst to Yoshimaru, Fourth Kage saw the shadow of his sister in Gaara. If everyone knows Gaara's identity, it's okay, at most Gaara looks like his mother. But when no one in Sunagakure knew Gaara's identity, Yoshimaru, Temari, and Baki all saw Fourth Kage's unnatural look, and they couldn't help but have doubts about Luo Sha's liking. There are also strange thoughts like, I didn't expect you to be such a brother-in-law, I didn't expect you to be such a father, I didn't expect you to be such a Kage. Even Kakashi, Shisui, and Itachi, the hot-eyed Konoha color contact trio, misunderstood Luo Sha. No wonder Sunagakure is not as strong as Konoha. I didn't expect Kage to be a serious person on the surface, but secretly he is a weird sorghum who likes little girls. Can't afford it, slip away, if you can. Embarrassed, Fourth Kage pointed to the little blonde boy who was being held by one arm by his lovely daughter Temari and refused to let go. Who is this kid? Brat, let go of my precious daughter Temari. Yoshimaru shook his head. I don't know. When I came, I saw Gaara go berserk and try to attack this child, but Temari and I scolded him. But not long after, Gaara went berserk again, and then there was no more. I lost consciousness, and when I woke up, Gaara was gone. I think it's just an innocent child kidnapped by those 3 people. Quote. It turned out to be just an innocent child. Fourth Kage stared and stared at Naruto, and almost said, you just get away from my daughter, okay. However, Naruto seemed to see the hint in Fukage's eyes, and spread his hands, expressing helplessness. Blame me slightly. Obviously your daughter took the initiative first. 52. The 4th Kage and Sand Shinobi combat units were almost wiped out by the Kakashi trio. Advertisement. Innocent child. The hot-eyed Konoha pink color contact trio were taken aback for a moment. Do you guys have some misunderstanding of what's going on here? The so-called innocent child in your mouth is the chief culprit of all the abnormal situations at present. Fight and hang one-tail Jinchuriki. Conquer one-tail Shuhei as a cute pet. Turn the daughter of 4th Kage into a lowly girl with cat ears. All these bad things. Is it all done by innocent children in your mouth? The 3 of us are the innocent spectators who got shot while lying down. 4th Kage also found out that it was indeed his precious daughter Temari who took the initiative to hold someone's arm. Alas, it's true that the daughter forgets her father when she grows up. My daughter is only 6 years old, she hasn't grown up at all, okay. Moreover, the other party is even younger than her, a boy who is only 3 or 4 years old. Temari, he is still young, he is still a child, please let him go first. What's the matter, can we talk about it when you grow up? Quote. When the blonde lowly Temari heard this, she realized that she was still holding Naruto's arm, and hurriedly ran away blushing, and lowered her head. After solving the big crisis that Schwaling Baikai was almost R*****D by a pig kid, 4th Kage Luasha began to deal with the disappearance of one-tail Jinchuriki's son. Call Gaara out, and I'll save your lives. Luo Sha's words were so revealing, causing all the ninjas in Sunagakure to nod their heads one after another, sighing to themselves how mighty Kage-sama is. Kakashi almost laughed out loud. Look at you. Don't say that Naruto can kill you with just a random shadow clone. Not to mention your Sunagakure's one tail is also our strength. Not to mention the little fox watching the show. With Shisui and I's strength alone, we can enter and exit Sunagakure 7 times. Konoha knew how strong 4th Kage was in the 3rd battle. At that time, Luo Sha was given a second by Shisui with an illusion. If it wasn't for Sunagakure, another cage-level old lady Chio came to the rescue in time. I'm afraid Sunagakure 4th Kage would have been replaced long ago. Tiantian uses the matter of suppressing one tail to pretend to be aggressive, but who doesn't know? If it wasn't for your ability to completely defeat one tail, you would be the one who was beaten and called daddy. Shisui also shook his head. For this former defeated general who pretended to be aggressive in front of him. He just finds it funny. But he also doesn't want to reveal his identity and start a war between Konoha and Sunagakure. Because he didn't want to see the misery of Sunagakure's life. Therefore, he intends to explain clearly that Lord 4th Kage must not misunderstand that they captured one-tail Jinchuriki. Master 4th Kage, your son is actually. But before he could finish his sentence, a huge water dragon suddenly appeared on the field and attacked everyone in Sand Shinobi. The 3 of Kakashi were stunned. Who did it? Then they saw Naruto, who shut them up with his eyes. It's you. How could Naruto make them tell the truth? Such an interesting thing as Sissy Gaara can't be exposed all at once. 4th Kage saw the weird trio with pink-colored contact lenses attacking them, and quickly led the Sunagakure ninjas to fight with the Kakashi trio. Of course Kakashi did not dare to use his signature Chidori and Reikiri ninjutsu to avoid revealing his identity. Fortunately, he is Konoha technician, a copy master in the ninja world, and he has copied a lot of ninjutsu, so it is no problem to show the strength of a Jonin. However, he is a well-known mana-deficient ninja in the ninja world, and his stamina is not enough, so he will continue to take Juju pills. Shisui is even worse. He can't use Mangekyo Sharingan to open up, and he can't bear to open shun and use swordsmanship to kill people. In addition, the opponent was the defeated Luo Sha, so he was afraid that he would be recognized sometime. Advertisement. Therefore, he obviously has at least cage-level high-level strength, but he can't fully exert it. For a while, it was forced to split 50-50 by weak shadow-like 4th cage Luo Sha, what a pity. As for Itachi, I'm sorry, the current Itachi god is only stronger than Chunin, Jonin is not full, so it's okay to use soy sauce. If it really counts as output, it doesn't matter to him. Naruto also noticed that if the fight continues, the three of Kakashi will lose their blue. Hey, wait, didn't I just master a blue replenishing magical skill, chakra magic? Just trying it now. Open black lens bracket. You used chakra magic on Hitaki Kakashi. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You used chakra magic on Uchiha Shisui. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You used chakra magic on Uchiha Itachi. Close black lens bracket. Kakashi groaned secretly. Forcibly fighting with so many Jonin 50-50, in the entire ninja world, only he, Hitaki, can do it 50-50. But here comes the problem, the body gradually feels hollowed out. This is a warning that chakra is about to run out. Can't fight anymore. Must evacuate. Shisui saw the hint in Kakashi's only eye of the three of them who didn't need colored contact lenses, and knew that he had to escape as soon as possible. He nodded and was about to take Itachi away. Sudden. His body shook so far. It was as if something invisible hit him. Then, his whole body seemed to be full of strength, and the chakra that was originally consumed was replenished all at once. There was the same surprise in Kakashi's eyes. What the hell? Why does my body feel like I have taken a big tonic, and suddenly it is not weak? It's like being filled with chakra in the body. Who did it? How did you do it? The sand shinobi ninja who was fighting against them suddenly felt that the opponent who had been sluggish suddenly rose up. What's going on? That's it. Every time the three Kakashi's chakra is almost used up, Naruto will each make up a chakra magic. Finally, the veterans of Sunagakure can't hold it anymore. These three wonderful combinations with colored contact lenses are simply monsters. Do not fight. Kakashi still has something to say. This is the first time he can spend chakra so recklessly. That feeling is so cool. At this time, he also saw that Naruto helped them. I didn't expect Naruto to be able to send chakra through the air, it's amazing. What the FK? 4th cage Luo Sha was so angry that she almost vomited blood. Compared with the three players who are very strong and have unlimited chakra, how to fight? The three of Kakashi just came out to play with Naruto, and they didn't plan to wipe out the 4th cage and Sunagakure combat units. Seeing that Naruto didn't intend to leave, they had to evacuate by themselves first. Sunagakure and others did not dare to chase. They don't have much chakra left, chasing now, isn't it free? As the boss, he can't pretend to be cowardly and lose his momentum. 4th cage only needs to talk remotely. Give me back my Gaara. Otherwise, you will look good in the future. Quote. Gaara, who was not far behind Luo Sha. 53. Grab Naruto with my brother. Tamari treats Sissy Gaara as a love rival. Advertisement. Mouth King Luo Sha returned to the village with the rescued two children, cat-eared girl Gaara and blonde child Naruto, after finishing the mouth cannon. The enemy is stronger than them, alas, Gaara is hopeless. The three Kakashi who are hiding not far away really want to remind Luasha Leoti, don't let Naruto in. Otherwise, you Sunagakure will be rough. Gaara, who calls herself Iluozi, was brought back to the village by 4th cage's father, and was raised by Yoshimaru. As for Naruto, he was thrown into an orphanage. This is not intentionally discriminatory. It's because Gaara has peculiar cat ears and cat tail, which may be laughed at by other children. Obviously not suitable to be raised in an orphanage. Luo Sha had no choice but to hand Iluozi to Sunagakure infant education expert Yoshimaru. Gaara can't fully control one-tail chakra yet, so he can't take the initiative to cancel the crane-watching mode. Shukaku didn't get the order from his master Naruto, so he didn't dare to release it at will. Therefore, Gaara has always maintained the cat-eared Lolita form. He doesn't want to live in the form of this shameful cat-eared girl forever. So he went to the orphanage to find Naruto that day, trying to get rid of the crane-guarding mode and restore his original appearance. But Naruto thought that Iluozi, Gaara was too funny, so he lied and said that he couldn't get rid of it, and Gaara had to control the power of one tail before he could do it. Knowing that she can only live like this for a short time, Gaara was hit hard. He asked Mr. Naruto to help him master the power of one tail, and brought him back to Yoshimaru's house from the orphanage. In order to get his uncle to agree to Naruto living here, Gaara blushed and endured a sense of shame, and confessed his identity to Yoshimaru, the person he trusted most in Sunagakure, and asked his uncle to keep it a secret. After Yoshimaru learned that this girl with furry cat ears and cat tail is actually the fighting form of Gaara one-tail chakra mode. At first I couldn't hold back, and smiled very unkindly. It caused Gaara to look bitterly. Yoshimaru wants to help Gaara fully grasp the power of One Tail, and then let 4th Kazekage Luasha recognize Gaara, so he promises to keep Gaara a secret before he masters the power of One Tail. Knowing that Naruto, the little hero who saved her before, lives at her uncle's house, and the blonde loli Tamari comes to her uncle's house every day, which she rarely visited before. But every time she came, she saw that cat-eared girl always pestering Naruto, pretending to be cute and asking this and that. Seeing the two always together, Tamari was sad. Do you like this, Naruto? Snort. I don't believe me, Tamari can't beat a man. Isn't it just cat ears and cat tail? You vixen have it, so can Miss Ben. So Tamari asked someone to make special cat ears and cat tail decorations to wear, which looks extraordinarily cute. When Naruto saw it for the first time, he was stunned. What the hell? Your brother became such a cat-eared loli girl, is it because of the effect of combining with Shuhei? Miss Tamari, what are you doing? Naruto had no idea that Tamari was jealous of his younger brother. Gaara didn't know either, his sister was treating him as a love rival, competing with him for a man. So he was puzzled, why did my sister treat him so badly? It's useless to please him in every possible way, but my sister always calls him a vixen. Gaara was dumbfounded. Why am I a vixen? Advertisement. It's almost like saying that I'm a raccoon spirit. In the presence, only Yoshimaru could see the extremely dangerous Shura field. Although he is single and doesn't know much about his dear, he knows his niece Tamari. This is clearly in a state of love. Although children in the ninja world are precocious, this is too precocious. Tamari, you are only 6 years old, and you are thinking about how to attack boys. In fact, this is okay, the key is that the boy you want to attack is only 3 years old. Yoshimaru really wanted to complain. Not to mention the full hair, Naruto doesn't even have well-developed eggs. Or, Tamari, let's wait until Naruto grows up. As a result, he told his niece Tamari about this suggestion, but she was stunned. Wait a little longer. Wait a little longer, the man I fancy is completely bewitched by that vixen. You should start dating early, haven't you heard this sentence? Quote. Do you want to fall in love early? I have never heard of this sentence. Vixen. Looking at Gaara who was with Naruto all day long. Yoshimaru faintly had a bold idea in his heart, it could even be said to be a terrible guess. But he decided it would be better to double-check. Tamari, I don't know who the vixen in your mouth is pointing at. It shouldn't be that person, right? Who else? The blonde loli Tamari raised her hand, pointing at Naruto who was discussing the issue of one-tail power control, but she thought she was hooking up with Naruto's cat-eared loli girl Gaara. Of course that shameless vixen who hooks up with my men every day loves Luozi. I hate her so much. Obviously I met Naruto first. But after waking up from a faint, she suddenly appeared, and she seemed to have a good relationship with Naruto. Now it makes me a third party instead. I hate dad too. Why did you bring this vixen back? Quote. Yoshimaru was dumbfounded. No wonder Tamari also wears the same cat ears and cat tail decorations as Gaara. It turned out that she regarded his younger brother Gaara as a rival in love. To grab Naruto from him. Tamari, you may not believe it. In fact, you say you want to snatch a man from you, a vixen. It's your little brother Gaara. 54. Tamari, who led the Sand Shinobi cat ear culture, and his younger brother failed to grab Naruto. Advertisement. As the eldest daughter of 4th Kazekage, Tamari always leads the fashion trend of Sunagakure. In order for Naruto, who always talks to that cat-eared girl and vixen, to look at her more, she also put on cat ears and cat tails. Being cuter and cuter really made Naruto look at each other differently, wanting to compare which of the two siblings is cuter. They're all pretty cute. If you really have to choose, the real cat-eared loli girl Gaara is cuter. The fact that Kazekage's eldest daughter, Miss Tamari, wore cat ears and cat tails quickly exploded throughout Sunagakure. Wow, Miss Tamari is so cute. Papa, buy me that tiara, I want to wear it too. Do all men like the evil tone of cat ears and cat tails? Yes, I will wear it too. As a result, cat ear girl culture quietly emerged in Sunagakure. But Miss Tamari, who caused all this, stood in front of Naruto with a blushing face, holding the hem of her clothes, and asked in a low voice. Naruto, which one of us is cuter? Which duck do you prefer? Quote. Obviously, the style of painting has always been the head of a big sister who can smash a dog's head with one punch. But in front of Naruto, Tamari has become a weak, obedient and soft girl. Before Naruto could speak, Gaara was dumbfounded. No matter how stupid he is, from what my sister said, I can tell that she likes her teacher Naruto. Moreover, what makes people laugh even more is that her sister actually regards herself as her competitor. Isn't this a joke? I'm a boy, how could it be possible to rob Mr. Naruto with your sister? Naruto-sensei, sister, if you want it, just take it. I don't mind. Wait, what does this feel like? A feeling of emptiness, as if something precious has been lost. Did this one-tail chakra final form also change my thinking and make me think from a girl's point of view? Thinking of this, he looked at Naruto with a strange expression suddenly. An emotion that is more than a friend but less than a relationship lingers in my heart. But Temari took his younger brother's slightly strange eyes as looking at Naruto with affection, which was tantamount to provoking her and saying, "Woman, you can't take my man away." Temari's heart is full of fighting spirit. Stinky vixen. Let's have a fight, win and take Naruto away, lose no complaints. Just ask if you dare. Gaara scowled. Why dare not? It's just that I won't fight you. Because the outcome of victory is already doomed. You are not my opponent. This is true. Gaara, who started to master the power of one tail, even at the age of 3, slowly touched the edge of cage level. When he continues to practice and control the power of one tail under the leadership of Naruto, even surpassing 4th Kazekage consultant Chio's 2 cage levels, and becoming the number 1 Sunagakure master, is just around the corner. But Temari interpreted the meaning of the cat-eared vixen to mean that Naruto was already her man, and she couldn't take it away, and she was just a loser. Ah, I'll kill you. Blonde lowly Temari, dazzled by love, rushes at her brother, Gaara, her odious rival. Today, either you, a vixen, will die, or I, Temari, will die. This rapid development stunned Yoshimaru on the side. What's the situation? When I was in a daze, the siblings started a life and death duel. The reason is actually a little man who is only 3 years old. Advertisement. Are you serious? He quickly stopped the siblings from fighting for the same man. Boy. This Sunagakure next generation leader is like this, is it really okay? I feel like taking juju pills. Naruto was thinking about what to do next, so he didn't notice that after the intense eye contact, the siblings had already started to fight for him. The primary purpose of coming to Sunagakure this time is naturally to defeat 4th Kazekage and complete part of the main mission of the God of Ninja World. The second is to train the disciple Gaara into a perfect one-tail Jinchuriki. After all, the girly version of Gaara in the crane-watching mode is really interesting. Naruto wants to laugh when he thinks that Gaara will fight with people in the future, and at the last moment of the battle, he will suddenly open up, enter the strongest fighting form, and become a cat loli girl. Hey, what are you doing? After Naruto finished thinking about things, he found that Yoshimaru was pulling the blonde loli Temari and Gaara, as if trying to persuade them to fight. Why did you fight? Seeing Naruto's attention, the blonde loli Temari finally regained her senses, and turned back into a blushing obedient girl again, making Yoshimaru Gaara's brain tingle for a while. Is this still the king of kids who beat the Sand Shinobi kids all over the place? Gaara is also embarrassed to say that just now, her sister was robbing a man. Not to mention Yoshimaru. He always has a feeling of misfortune in his family, a crime, and he hopes to restore Gaara to its original appearance as soon as possible, otherwise I really don't know what will happen in the future. He is not worried about Iluozi, what will happen to Gaara and Naruto. So he asked, although Gaara looks like a girl, but the body is actually a boy. He just thinks that the picture of Temari and her brother robbing men is too eye-catching. If things get out of hand, you can only tell Temari the truth. In fact, your rival in love is your brother Gaara. Alas, none of the siblings can rest easy. Now it seems that the most sensible person in the family is 5-year-old Konkuro. This child has determined to become the strongest puppet master in Sunagakure since he was a child, and he has been working hard for this goal. He is obsessed with learning the principles of puppets every day and cannot extricate himself. He is really a good and sensible boy. Yoshimaru kept praising Konkuro in his heart. Naruto didn't know that the Temari siblings had already gone through a fierce battle for him, so he waved to Gaara, motioning him to practice one-tail mode with him. Temari took it as Naruto choosing between her and the cat-eared vixen. I won't give up. I'll be back again. After throwing down the powerless declaration, the blonde loli Temari ran away crying. Prepare to cheer up again, and fight back against Shousen Alozi again. After all, in her opinion, she was the one who met Naruto first, and Naruto hugged her. Iluozi who appeared after she passed out was clearly the third party. Yoshimaru, I'm tired and don't want to talk. Gaara, it seems that my sister and I robbed Mr. Naruto, but failed. So he ran away crying. Amount equals convex. What can I do? I am also very helpless. Naruto, what happened to the kid Temari? The girls these days don't understand what they're thinking at all. Said it as if he had figured it out before. The next chapter is even more powerful. Alas, I originally planned to write about getting skills from chat groups and pretending to be aggressive in the Hokage world or even other worlds. As a result, the writing style is crooked like this, so try this writing method again. If the result is not good, try again. Rewrite all the texts of Invincible suspension. This is at least early, and the next chapter will not come out until the evening after get off work. 55. Saving Sunagakure's economy starts with vigorously developing cat-ear girl culture. Advertisement. Temari fell out of love again. This time Naruto finally chose Iluozi, the vixen, and went with her. Every time I went to my uncle's house, I fell in love once. But soon, she mustered up her courage again. The blonde loli Temari thinks that she failed because the custom-made cat ears and cat tail decorations were not realistic enough and not cute enough. So she found the best clothing store in Sunagakure, and ordered the most realistic and cutest cat ear dress. Facing the mirror, Temari put on the cat ear girl uniform, and felt that the cat ear cat tail was so realistic and fluffy. She felt that this time she would be able to snatch her Naruto from that BCH of Iluozi. Sister, are you going to uncle's house again? Kankuro, a kid in black with a layer of oil paint on his face, looked at his well-dressed sister and was a little disappointed. Obviously you liked to hear me talk about puppetry before. But recently, you always dress up in a strange way and go to your uncle's house to play. And every time I go happily, but come back crying. What is going on? Quote. No way race. I want you to take care of it. I'll kill you if I ask again. Blonde lowly Tamari waved her small fist viciously. The little boy in black, Kankuro, was so frightened that he held his head and flinched. He is really afraid of his sister. Maybe in front of Naruto, Tamari is a kind and gentle lady who can't unscrew the bottle cap. But in front of her younger brother Kankuro, she is an invincible and mighty big sister who can smash his brother's dog's head with one punch. Tamari snorted and kicked Kankuro aside, who exposed her scar. My stupid brother, oh, really, which pot should not be carried? Why do I always go out with a smile and come back crying? Will you speak? Do you think I want to cry? Isn't that because I Luozi, that stinky and shameless vixen, knows how to use her furry ears and tail to mark my Naruto all day long? And I cry, that's to arouse my Naruto's pity, understand? Otherwise, we two, you punch me, I punch you. I beat you until you cried and cried, 10 or so times, and I couldn't shed a single tear. Sister Sand Shinobi, you take this title as a joke. I read it in the book. As long as I pretend to be bullied by Luozi all day long and cry pitifully, my role will be the silly, white, sweet and pitiful heroine. And that stinky cat of Luozi is the vicious supporting actress who always bullies the heroine. Sooner or later the hero will discover her evil true colors. Then the hero and heroine can be together and live a life without shame or impatience. Every time I think about the final plot, the blonde lowly Tamari holds her red face in her hands and shakes it non-stop. He kept muttering things like, I hate it, I'm ashamed to death. Kankuro trembled, feeling that the older sister who said she hated her shyly was more scary than usual. But he was curious about the purpose of his sister's visit to his uncle's house. Kankuro has always regarded his Jinchuriki brother as a monster, and has always been afraid of him, so he rarely goes to his uncle's house. After all, Gaara used to live there. Advertisement. But now Gaara's younger brother is gone, and her elder sister dresses up very strangely and cutely every day, and happily runs to her uncle's house, but comes back crying. It must be a monster scarier than Gaara to make such a scary sister cry. I really want to know what kind of monster it is. Kankuro really wanted to go to his uncle's house to find out, but he was afraid. But in the end, he mustered up the courage to follow his sister to his uncle Yoshimaru's house. At the same time, several cat ears and cat tail decorations made by Miss Tamari, a fashionista in Sunagakure, have all become the hottest items in Sunagakure recently. Girls wear cat ears and cat tails to attack their favorite male gods, and the success rate is greatly improved. And her latest custom-made cat-eared girl uniform received unanimous praise once it was launched, and some people even used it as a **X toy. Hearing that some people in the village called the cat-eared girl Saigao from time to time, 4th Kage Luo Sha ordered his subordinate Anbu Ninja to investigate the matter. As a result, Luo Sha was dumbfounded when he saw from the investigation report that his precious daughter Tamari had actually triggered the Sunagakure cat-ear girl wave. His first reaction was to close all the stores that produced this kind of cat-ear girl products. Tamari wears cat ears and cat tail decorations and even a cat ear girl uniform. How can others follow suit? Wouldn't it be possible for others to YY her precious daughter Tamari? However, he later found out from the report that the emergence of cat ear girl culture has actually promoted consumption within Sunagakure, and the economy, which was originally stagnant, has also accelerated its development again. Who would have thought that the culture of cat-eared girls who had just become popular would have such benefits? Support. Must strongly support. Master 4th Kage, you have also seen the report. There are shameful things like cat-ear decorations and cat-ear girl uniforms in our village. Baki, the leader of the Sand Shinobi combat unit, broke into Kage's office, his face flushed with anger. If you let the Konoha next door know that our village has made this thing, you will die of laughter. Banned. All must be banned. Quote. Right. 4th Kage Rosa nodded. Support. Must support. 4th Kage and Baki exclaimed at the same time. Baki, what did you say? Baki took it for granted that Master 4th Kage would order to kill this shameful thing, but Kage actually supported it, and was stunned for a while. Then he was so angry that he scolded Kage. Luo Sha, my old man, I didn't expect you to be such Kage. You daughter control. Sigh with cat ears. Quote. No, old man Baki, you misunderstood me, look at this. Luo Sha threw the report, the impact of cat-ear girl culture on Sunagakure's economic development, to Baki. He was not happy at first, but the more he looked at it, the brighter his eyes became, and finally he was pleasantly surprised. Our economy in Sunagakure is saved. The cat-ear girl is high. To save Sunagakure's economy, start from vigorously developing the cat-ear girl culture. Quote. 4th Kage Rosa nodded. Those who know me, Baki too. 56. Tang Fungying actually invested in Maornyang clothing store. Tamari Gaara cat-ear girl uniform showdown. Advertisement. Outside Kage's office, the owners of several cat-eared girl cultural goods captured by Anbu ninjas trembled. It's over. Captured by Anbu's men. Die, die, die. According to the rumors, few of those who were taken away by the Anbu ninja can come back alive. It is an extravagant hope to be sent to prison to live. Think about it too. In order to make money, they followed Miss Temari's cat ears and cat tail decorations, and even cat ears girl uniforms. Kage-sama must think that their actions have offended Ms. Temari. Especially the shopkeeper who copied Temari's customized cat ear girl uniform to make S*X toys, was so scared that he peed. Even if other people can live, it is impossible for him to live. Who doesn't know now? Miss Temari likes to wear cat ears and cat tail decorations, and even likes to wear cat ears girl uniforms. In order to make money, he actually made a sexy uniform. This is not his own death. Isn't this making people why Miss Temari? Especially the old-fashioned Baki who always hated these embarrassing things the most, looked at them as if they were dead before storming into Hokage's office angrily. If they can survive this time, they will close the store immediately and never do this kind of business again. Baki came out. The shopkeepers immediately knelt down on the ground. Forgive me, Master Baki, we don't dare anymore. Please don't kill us. Baki laughed, and took a look at an old chrysanthemum that suddenly bloomed. It looked weird and made all the shopkeepers feel their scalps go numb. Don't worry, I won't kill you. Don't kill us. All the shopkeepers cried with joy, like a group of children who have graduated for decades. Then after we go back, close the shop immediately, and never do anything that will insult Sunagakure's reputation. Close the store. Baki, the leader of the Sand Shinobi Combat Force, turned his face horizontally. How dare you? I'm immune to death. All the clothing store owners cried again. You promised not to kill us. In the end, within a few seconds, you are going to kill us again. Where is the trust between people? Baki also realized that his scarred face was scary, so he smiled on purpose to make it even scarier. Smart people don't say dark words. Fourth Kage decided to invest in your store. Shopkeepers. Although I heard the words clearly, I didn't understand what they meant at all. What? Feng Ying wants to invest in some of our stores that were arrested for vulgarity. Master Baki, are you trying to kill us so that you can inherit our storefront? But this joke is not funny at all. Baki was helpless, and continued to explain. Not only can you not close the door, but you have to go back and manage it well, and develop the cat ear girl culture that has just emerged in this village, so as to better promote consumption and develop the Sunagakure economy. Is my shop all right? A shopkeeper interrupted, raising his hand. What are you selling? Baki asked. I made Miss Temari's cat ear girl uniform into a sexy uniform for men and women. Before he could finish his sentence, he was interrupted by Baki waving his hand. Baki was silent for a moment, then shook his head. You are hopeless. That daughter Feng Ying has already heard what you just said. At this moment, a roar came from the Hokage office. Go to hell, why my Temari be ********* D. ... The other side. Konkuro followed the cutely dressed cat ear girl to subdue her elder sister Temari to the outside of Yoshimaru's house, but dared not go in. After Temari went in, Naruto Gaara and his disciples were once again shocked by his attire. Advertisement. Sister, you are? Gaara asked, pointing to Temari who was wearing the cat ear girl uniform. Don't call me sister. I'm not your sister. I don't have a shameless sister like you. The blonde cat-eared lowly girl Temari snorted. Gaara felt a little wronged. You are really my sister. But I'm really not your sister. It's true. The blonde cat-eared lowly girl Temari walked up to Naruto, turned around and asked with a smile. Naruto, do I look good? Naruto nodded with a smile. Nice. Then you touch it. 3 years older than Naruto, so Temari, who was taller than Naruto, lowered his head, brought the cat ears to Naruto, and signaled him to touch it. Naruto raised his hand and touched it. Furry. Just like the real thing. Temari was overjoyed, and put his butt up again, touch it again. Naruto was taken aback. You don't want me to touch your A**, do you? Temari blushed. No, I want you to touch my tail. Naruto touched it, and felt that it felt good. Gaara was in a daze the whole time. Sister, what do you want to do? The blonde cat-eared lowly girl Temari patted her chest and said proudly. Look, I'm so cute. Now Luozi has cat ears and cat tails, and I also have them. Now, Naruto, you should treat me. Well, you get it. Quote. Naruto was really dumbfounded. Who would have thought that Temari actually made a cat-eared lowly girl uniform with reference to the girly Gaara's appearance, just to surpass her younger brother Gaara's status in her heart. But your cat ears and cat tail are fake after all, they are man-made. And mine, but really, all natural. Quote. Not far away, Gaara's light words came. Temari felt as if he had been hit hard. This vixen is right. No matter how realistic his uniform is, it is still a fake. What can be worthy of Naruto can only be the real thing. Am I really no match for this little vixen? Ah, failed again. She is indeed a woman who is qualified to be my lifelong love rival. Luozi, you bully. Temari pursed his mouth, and the pear blossom brought rain, and I ran out crying pitifully. Naruto looked at Gaara, his eyes seemed to ask, why did you become competitive? Pure natural cat ears cat tail. See what makes you proud. Who was the one who was so ashamed that he exploded before? Seeing that she made her sister cry again, Gaara quickly chased after her and apologized. Sister, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be telling the truth. Tamari stumbled when she heard the words, then ran faster and cried even worse. It's still close, it hasn't been written yet, does anyone guess what will happen next? Really high energy. Close black lens bracket 57. Molesting my younger brother. Kankuro love at first sight girly Gaara. Advertisement. Kankuro was outside for a long time, and finally couldn't hold back his curiosity, and was about to go in. Only to find that the older sister Tamari, who has always been Haki Wushwang, ran out crying again. Still yelling, stop talking, if I don't listen, you'll know you're bullying me. And the like. Behind my sister, another footstep sounded. Unbeknownst to Kankuro, this is actually her sister's own. I am a silly white and sweet heroine who was bullied by a vicious female partner, an alternative seduction method. Kankuro's heart skipped a beat when he heard his sister's cries gradually going away and the sound of footsteps approaching step by step. Could it be that the scary monster who bullied Haki Wushwang so many times and made her cry is about to come out? Will it be super fierce? Will you eat children? The current Kankuro is just a 5-year-old kid. Even if he knows a little bit of ninjutsu, he is still afraid of monsters. He really wanted to escape. But it was too late. The door of my uncle's house opened. Coming. He put his hands together quickly, and was about to cover his eyes. It seemed that as long as he couldn't see the monster, he would be fine. Stupid kid, do you think the monster can't see him like this? In the end, he saw the true face of the monster before he could close his eyes. The next moment, everything in the world in Kankuro's eyes was still. Sister Tamari disappeared. The door of my uncle's house disappeared. The tree at the door disappeared. In his eyes, he could only see one person. She, a little girl with cat ears and cat tail. Good, so cute girl. Same as his sister, and his father's reaction when he first met Gaara, Kankuro couldn't help admiring. Boom boom boom. The heart is beating violently. Kankuro seemed to lose all strength, and suddenly fell limp to the ground. It's so powerful, I just took a look, and the whole person lost the fighting power. But from the beginning to the end, he never took his eyes off the little girl with cat ears. It's over. Kankuro screamed inwardly. I know what is going on with this throbbing that haunts me. This is the feeling of heartbeat. No doubt. It was love at first sight and I fell in love with this little girl with cat ears. The throbbing of my heart tells me, you are the one. The woman I was destined for. Kankuro, who has always been obsessed with puppet making, suddenly saw the super cute and cute real cat-eared lowly girl Gaara. Where can I stand it? It fell completely in less than a second. Fell under the pomegranate skirt of girly Gaara, Iluozi. Originally, he thought that it would be such a terrifying and ferocious monster to bully his sister so badly every time. Unexpectedly, she turned out to be such a super cute and cute girl. The cute cat ears, the fluffy tail that makes people want to reach out and touch it. So cute. Uncle, you are too. There is such a cute little girl living in the house, and she didn't tell me. Snort. I will definitely discuss this issue with you later. As for now, up, or not up. This is a problem. Kankuro's heart pounded even harder. He was so nervous when he thought of talking to such a cute girl. She is so cute, will she ignore me and instead treat me like a random swindler? Advertisement. What if she rejects me? What if she is actually stronger than Sister Tamari and hits me? For a moment, Kankuro thought a lot in his mind, but he didn't dare to go forward. Huh, who's there? Gaara's keen eyes sensed that someone was peeking at him. Elder brother. This turned out to be Kankuro's older brother who always hated him and feared him. In the past, he was the Jinchuriki who ran away at every turn, and his brother should be afraid of him, but now he really wants to restore the brotherhood with Kankuro. Ah, Kankuro was dumbfounded. You call me brother. A wave of supreme joy hit him. She actually called me brother. Such a cute and cute girl actually called me brother. So happy. Even if you die now, it's worth it. Yes, you are my brother. After speaking, Gaara regretted it and quickly covered her mouth. He forgot that he was not Gaara now, but Iluozi. And his older brother, Kankuro, doesn't know Iluozi. Kankuro's eyes lit up. Even the movement of her covering her mouth with her little hand is so cute. Originally, he was a little disdainful of the phenomenon of some cat-eared girls in the village recently. Can't you just be a normal person? Do you have to wear cat ears and cat tail decorations? Do you have to dress up like a girl with cat ears? Yes, I'm mainly talking about you, Sister Tamari. But at this moment, he completely understood. Cat ears cat tail decoration Saigao. The cat ear girl is hi. You, hello, my name is Kankuro, you, what's your name? Kankuro blushed and walked up to Gaara. Like a simple boy who speaks clumsily in front of his favorite goddess. I am my love. Oh, love Luozi, you, hello. Gaara broke out in a cold sweat, and almost slipped her tongue. If the elder brother who has always been afraid of him knew that he was Gaara, he would probably run away immediately, so how could he get along with his elder brother? Naruto came out right after the siblings who broke out again in the Shura field, but saw a kid in black standing in front of Gaara with a nervous face, talking to him. Look at the strange paint on the face, this guy should be Gaara's brother Kankuro, right? Is this a reunion of brothers, or a reunion of siblings? Naruto had a funny smile on his face. Kankuro and Iluozi talked a few words, couldn't bear the frenzy in his heart anymore, rushed up to hug her. Seeing her brother's eyes glowing suddenly and rushing towards him, Gaara thought that his identity had been exposed, and was stunned for a moment. But then seeing the strange expression on his brother's face, he was even more stunned. Even if he was in the final mode of one-tail chakra, with cage-level speed, he almost let his brother get away with it. After he avoided it, he asked his brother, "What do you want to do?" Only then did Kankuro realize what he had just done, slapped himself hard, and apologized. "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. You're so cute, I couldn't hold back for a while." Gaara still couldn't understand what her brother was saying. "What do you mean you can't hold back? What the hell were you trying to do to me just now?" Gaara, who is only 3 years old, frowns but is still cute in a mess. Kankuro's perspective, Iluozi, with the ignorant face. He didn't understand at all the terrible thoughts his brother Kankuro had in his mind just now for this big boy who was 2 years older than him. 58. Gaara. I turned into a girl and my brother fell in love with me and wanted to FK me how to break online. Advertisement. Naruto. Shock. Kankuro, one of the top 5 ninja villages in the dignified ninja world, Sunagakure Mirai Kage's right-hand man Kankuro, actually had that kind of thought about his brother Gaara's cat-eared girl form. Terrible, terrible. This is so funny. Kankuro, are you trying to tease me to death, and then inherit my god-level system and super-dimensional chat group? Naruto held back desperately, so he didn't laugh out loud. I didn't expect the accidental product of one-tail Jinchuriki to be perfect on a whim. Gaara, the cat-ear girl, would be so fun. At this time, Naruto didn't know because he stayed at Yoshimaru's house all the time, and because of his whim, the cat-ear girl culture appeared in Sunagakure. Because it can promote consumption, Feng and other high-level officials strongly decided to support the development of Maorniang culture. The painting style of this village began to slowly crooked from the moment he entered Sunagakure. Because you are so cute, I couldn't help but want to hug you just now. Kankuro looked up at Iluozi, then lowered his head in shame. In fact, in his heart, he felt that the main responsibility for what happened just now was not with him, but with Iluozi. Who told you to look so cute? Just ask, is there any normal boy in this world who can handle it? Right. Gaara's mind is down. You want to hug me. In fact, it's nothing if the elder brother wants to hug the younger brother. It's a normal interaction between brothers. On the contrary, it is more brotherly and friendly. But now the problem is not this. My brother didn't want to hug me because I was his younger brother. He seems to regard me as a girl and think I'm super cute, so he wants to hug me. This is blatantly molesting a little girl. If someone else's little sister was molested like this, she would have been interrupted by the girl's brother, father or something. But who am I looking for? Looking for my brother to interrupt the dog legs of those who molested me. Isn't that a joke? The one who teased me is my own brother. When a brother molested a younger sister, it was at most a fight between siblings. Even if you play for real, learn about German orthopedics. But the elder brother molested the younger brother, how can this be broken? I'm Gaara. Due to some accidents, I turned into a girl on the outside, but in fact I'm still a boy. Now my brother has taken a fancy to me and teased me just now. What should I do? I'm waiting online. Naruto brainstormed some content for Gaara, and then continued to peek at what else the duo could do. Seeing that Kankuro wanted to hug his younger brother, the cat-eared Lolita Alozi, but was flashed by the cage-level combat unit Gaara who transformed into one-tail chakra, he was ashamed, apologetic and a little disappointed. Naruto burst into tears with laughter all flowed out. I've confirmed it, you two are just trying to kill me on purpose. Advertisement. At this time, Gaara's perception range is very strong, so he has already noticed the existence of Naruto who laughed out loud, and quickly looked at Naruto with eyes asking for help. The general meaning is, teacher, my brother thought I was a girl and wanted to flirt with me, but I am actually a boy, what should I do, tell me quickly. Gaara was really frightened by his own brother Kankuro's desire to hug him and kiss him hard, and was a little overwhelmed. Because his brother Kankuro said honestly that he couldn't bear his own cuteness, so he couldn't help hugging him. How should he answer? Do you want to say, blame me? Is it wrong to look too cute? Naruto just pretended not to see it, and let the two brothers continue to interact. How could I have the heart to let him end such an interesting thing? Come on, brothers, give me a kiss, and I'll show up right away to rescue you. After all Naruto, I'm not some devil. Kankuro saw that the little girl in front of him didn't speak for a long time, thinking that he was frightened by himself. After all, his behavior just now was really too reckless. Although as Kage's eldest son, he is one of the hardest officials in the Sunagakure backstage second generation. Even if he did something indescribable to the little beauty in front of him, nothing would happen. But he is not the kind of dude who bullies others. He just wanted to impress the little beauty with his sincerity. The only regret now is that when I was young, I was obsessed with puppetry and didn't know how to tease girls. Now Wangmei can't tease her heart and shed tears. Iluozi, I'm really sorry, it's all my fault, why don't you hit me? Come on, hit me in the face until you are satisfied. In the name of son of Sunagakure 4th Kage Rasa, I, Kankuro, promise not to cry. Quote. Kankuro patted his small chest, looking very imposing. As if it was amazing not to cry after being beaten. And he added in his heart, I promise not to cry unless I can't help it. Seeing this, Naruto was overjoyed again. Seeing that you are so serious, do you think you can say something great? That's the end result, don't you cry when you get slapped in the face. Are you serious about that proud, yet overpowering expression on your face? Why don't you cross your hips and be awesome? Also in the name of the son of the fourth Cage. I'm afraid you're not cheating again. If Lao Tai Luo Sha knows that his eldest son is using his name to pick up girls outside. It was his second son who was soaked. I don't know what kind of expression will be shown. I'm afraid he will act immediately, clean up the house, and interrupt his eldest son Konkuro's dog legs. Konkuro, if your father really breaks your leg, German orthopedics will find out. 59. Grab the younger brother with Naruto. Konkuro and rival Naruto fight 300 times. What a fart. Advertisement. Hit your face until you are satisfied. Gaara looked at her little hand. Under the guidance of Mr. Naruto, now he has a layer of high-density Shukuru chakra attached to his palm. It is so powerful that even a light slap can break down a small mountain. Looking at his brother Konkuro's chubby and immature face smeared with black oil. I almost laughed out loud. Brother, what are you pretending to do in front of me? Don't talk about you, even our brother's father, fourth Cage, who is known as the #1 master of Sunagakure. Let me slap you without defense, and you have to lie down on your knees. Of course Gaara didn't want to slap his brother to death. Although his brother wanted to hug him, kiss her and tease him. Although his brother wants to fall in love with him. Although his brother looks like you are coming to beat me up. Although, never mind, thinking about it this way. This kind of brother, it's better to kill him. Gaara slapped him across the face. Killing is of course a joke. This palm does not contain any chakra. He just wanted to take revenge for the shadow his brother had caused him. Since you let me fight, then I will really fight. I have to beat you until you cry out in pain. Sudden. Konkuro, who had closed his eyes and waited for the fight, once again made a showy operation. His eyes widened, Gaara slapped his mouth. Then the tongue popped out like a snake. Just listen to Kai Lu. An unknown red object flicked across Gaara's small hand. Congratulations on achieving the achievement of the first intimate contact with the cat-eared lowly girl Iluozi. Konkuro's operation just now was too fast. Gaara didn't even react. It was succeeded by his brother. You actually took the opportunity to kiss my hand. Even Naruto, who is well informed, was teased by Konkuro's operation and laughed on the spot. In order to have an intimate contact with the cat-eared lowly girl, you've worked so hard. Take the initiative to take the palm of Sunagakure's third Cage level master. Even Sunagakure's second in command, fourth Cage is carrying little padded jacket, and Baki's big brother dare not do this. Konkuro smiled smugly. Sorry, lousy is the son of the wind and shadow. Since I like a girl, how can I have the time to take it easy? Since you want to make out with her, why hesitate? Hesitation will only be given in vain. Definitely kiss me. He didn't even dare to kiss her, so what right did he have to say he liked her? Naruto felt that it was time for him to show up. This guy Konkuro, because he is 2 years older than Gaara, actually did this to his brother. If he doesn't show up again, who knows what that kid Konkuro will do to his brother. Advertisement. To be honest, if you don't want to continue playing. Naruto really wants to tell Konkuro right now, the one you kissed just now is actually your younger brother, the one-tailed Jinchuriki Gaara you were most afraid of before. He really wanted to see how the smug expression on Konkuro's face would gradually turn into despair by then. You beast. Let go of that girl. Don't play tricks on her. The Naruto film king possessed himself, entered the role of a wife-protecting madman, shouted, and made his debut. I advise you to go away quickly. Otherwise, the brick will fly over. Quote. Gaara couldn't help being overjoyed to see Mr. Naruto finally appearing to rescue him. The first time he was confessed by his brother, he was really at a loss. Konkuro turned his head and saw that it was just a blonde kid. Looking at the age, it is about the same age as Gaara, only 3 years old. In terms of fighting, how could he beat the 5-year-old him? HMPH. It's just a mere 3-year-old brat who dares to rob a woman from me, Mr. Konkuro. I'm afraid you don't want to live. Leaving now, I can pretend I didn't see. Ah, who threw the brick? Quote. Konkuro touched his swollen head, the pain caused tears to roll in his eyes, and he almost cried out. You hit me with a brick, do you know who I am? I am Konkuro, son of the fourth Cage, who are you? There is a feeling that we fight head on, win and take Alozi away, lose, huh? Why did you hit me again? Woohoo, quote. Naruto has no sense of achievement for bullying a 5-year-old stupid child to cry, but wants to laugh a little. If you want to PK with me, what kind of onion are you? If you have the guts, call your adults over. Also, I am the true love who loves Luozi, and you are not allowed to get close to her in the future, otherwise I will hit her every time I see her. Quote. Gaara, huh, you are my true love. Naruto-sensei, you are joking, right? I said this to my brother on purpose to make him give up his unrealistic thoughts about me, right? Luozi blushed JPG. Seeing his sweetheart blushing, Konkuro couldn't understand that what the blonde kid said might be true. So, is it possible that this blonde-haired brat is Miss Alogi's true love? So, I, Kankuro, fell in love for the first time, and I fell in love within 5 minutes. Both the love field and the battlefield were defeated, and the tears of the defeated dog flowed out of Kankuro's eyes. Naruto. I promise I won't cry. Gaara. Brother, you cry so badly. Because of robbing women, being defeated by a 3-year-old child, such a shameful thing. Kankuro has no face to look for his father, even Uncle Baki, Uncle Yoshimaru and other adults. But he has the invincible child king who dominates Sunagakure, the mighty big sister head Tamari's sister as a backer. You wait for me. I'll find my sister to beat you. My sister is amazing. She said that one punch can blow my dog's head off. Quote. Kankuro, like his father, flinched after talking about it from a distance. Looking for your sister. Naruto almost smirked at Kankuro's words. In order to pick on your brother, who is also your sister's rival in love, so you go to your sister for help, come and beat me, your rival in love, who is also the man your sister likes. 666. In terms of coquettish manipulation, I, Naruto, won't even help my little brother when I go to the toilet, so I will obey you. You may not believe it when you tell me, your sister's persona in front of me is a soft and well-behaved lady. If she knew that you bragged her for being so violent in front of me, she might really smash your dog's head in the end. 60. Sao Operation. Yoshimaru helps Kankuro write a love letter to Gaara. Advertisement. Because Kankuro's plan to find his sister to beat him up is simply killing himself. Naruto couldn't help watching him silently from behind with a look of caring for the mentally retarded. The eldest son of the dignified Sunagakure Fourth Kage actually cried and ran while being terribly cowardly, and at the same time uttered harsh words to his eldest sister, telling his eldest sister that I would come back, and there was no one else. Not just Naruto, even Gaara can't stand it anymore. Dude, you're such an embarrassment to Jill. I really want to cover his brother's mouth with the giant sand hand. Kankuro ran and talked, and turned around by chance, but was panicked by Naruto's strange eyes, and hurriedly shouted. Gaara remembered the previous topic about true love, and asked Naruto teacher what that meant with a blushing face. Naruto said don't think about it, I said that on purpose to make Kankuro give up. Gaara quickly breathed a sigh of relief, afraid that teacher Naruto, like his brother, would have some thoughts about his appearance. However, faintly, Gaara felt a slight regret remaining in his heart, and he didn't know why. After Kankuro went back, he wiped away his tears and encouraged himself, don't cry, let's not cry, stand up and E. But the scene of Luozi calling his brother always appeared in his mind, and the cute little cat with cat ears and cat tail always appeared in his mind, and from then on he didn't think about food or tea. Yoshimaru can't help but feel tired these days watching his niece Tamari and her younger brother Gaara quarreling over Naruto. So he wanted to come and see Kankuro, the only good baby among the 3 siblings. In his mind, Kankuro has always loved learning since he was a child, and he aspires to become the greatest puppet master in the ninja world. Presumably such a good boy can bring some comfort to his tired heart. On the way, he saw that the Sunagakure cat ear culture is prevalent now. Many little girls who are about the same age as Kankuro, or even bigger, are wearing cute cat ears and cat tails to show their cuteness. This made him feel that the world is going downhill, people's hearts are not old. However, he was not worried. If such a bad atmosphere happened in the village, Master Kage would definitely order to stop it. Presumably, it won't be long before those stores will be forced to close. However, he is destined to be disappointed, because the person who supports the cat ear girl culture in Sunagakure is precisely Kage himself. Soon, Yoshimaru found Kankuro, but was surprised to find that the child was not studying the puppet seriously, but was in a daze, and asked with concern. Kankuro, what's the matter with you? Why are you so absent-minded? I have never seen such a frustrated expression on the child's face. Could it be that something happened to him in his practice? Kankuro said with a sad face. Uncle, I'm broken in love, woo-woo. I fell in love with a super cute little girl, but she fell in love with someone else. Quote. Hearing this, Yoshimaru breathed a sigh of relief, thinking that something happened to the child, but he didn't expect that it was just such a trivial thing as liking a girl. It's nothing. When he was a few years old, he also liked girls. Yoshimaru intends to help Kankuro solve this emotional problem as an elder, just to cultivate the relationship between uncle and nephew. After all, he used to take care of Gaara who was one-tailed Jinchuriki, and neglected Kankuro. Tell me, which little princess do you like? What happened between you? Tell me, maybe I can help you. Maybe the little girl likes you too, but she is just shy and refuses. Quote. Kankuro raised his head, and wanted to say, it belongs to your uncle and your family. Advertisement. But then I thought that Luozi was not my uncle's daughter, but was adopted by him. And he was embarrassed to say that he was beaten away by the guardian of Luozi, his rival in love, the blonde little devil who was not as big as him. Then he said that he wanted to write another love letter to that girl, to express his love again, and asked his uncle for reference. Yoshimaru patted his chest and promised to help his nephew write a touching love letter. In the first draft of Kankuro's love letter, Yoshimaru began to notice something was wrong. The letter mentioned that the girl Kankuro likes has cat ears and cat tails. This made his heart skip a beat. But then he laughed it off, thinking that he was thinking too much. How could such a thing happen? It should be similar to the little girl wearing cat ear decorations I saw on the road before. After all, now Sunagakure's most popular headgear is cat ears. Uncle Yoshimaru and his nephew worked together to write a touching love letter. Yoshimaru can be said to have written all the helplessness of a single dog for more than 20 years. This love letter can be regarded as the pinnacle of cooperation between uncle and nephew. It is simply perfect. But Kankuro hesitated. Can I really pursue success? Will she really like me? Yoshimaru encourages Kankuro to pursue true love bravely, not to be afraid of failure. Failure is not terrible. What is terrible is not daring to love anymore. Don't be like yourself, only failed once, and then you dare not love again, so you are single until you show up, or even be lonely. Kankuro nodded vigorously, listened carefully to the life experience and lessons of Uncle Yoshimaru, a master of false love and true single dog, and then suddenly said, Uncle, can you do me a favor? What's wrong? Yoshimaru asked. When Kankuro was going to let his uncle go home, he helped him take the love letter back. After all, his sweetheart, Iluozi, lives at his uncle's house. But after thinking about it, he decided to muster up the courage and send the love letter in person, so as to appear more sincere. So Kankuro shook his head and said, It's all right, thank you uncle for your encouragement. Uncle, I will visit you often in the future. When I go to see Iluozi, I will take a look at you. Yoshimaru was relieved to hear that, thinking that the relationship between himself and Kankuro had improved. This also made him determined to help Kankuro to pursue the girl he likes. At the same time, Naruto was helping Gaara to control chakra of one-tail Shuhei a little bit, and asked suddenly. Gaara, what do you think about your brother chasing you? Gaara was taken aback by Naruto's abrupt high-energy questioning. The chakra ball in my hand suddenly exploded.